What's up, motherfuckers, fellow drinkers, drunk buddies, and non-drinkers, because, I know, whatever. Anyways.
We don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate. We love you all equally. So, that said, before we get into this episode, a little word from our sponsors. Laughable, the only app, the first and only app where you can not only favorite your favorite podcast, but also your favorite artists. Right? Am I right, Slayer?
You're right. You're so fucking right.
Amazing fucking app to listen to your favorite podcast and favorite artists. You can have push notifications turned on to where whenever your favorite artist or favorite podcast, a new episode comes up, it pops up onto your handy dandy phone. Unfortunately, it's coming soon for Android. Right now, it's only available for iOS, but keep checking back because it's coming soon.
It is. Android. I just talked to Ned about it. He's like, we're working on it. It's in the works.
Exactly. So, but if you don't have an iPhone, or you don't like listening on different apps, how else can we listen to them?
You can also listen to us on demonseedradionetwork.com every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Hey! I think I actually finally got it after like 100 tapes.
That's like the fourth time you've got it.
Hey. Listen to us there. The rebroadcast is on Fridays. Awesome, great shows before us.
There's a lot of awesome shows on there in general. So check it out at demonseedradionetwork.com. There's so many ways. Just go to nowwedrink.com. There's so many different places you can find us to listen to us anyways. But this week's episode, this is interesting. We have a comedian, right? Comedian / porn performer.
She was a comedian first.
She was a comedian first before she got into porn, but she still does stand-up. Silvia Saige. She's the guest on this week's episode. Pretty fucking awesome. She's funny. Check her out, guys, and enjoy the show.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. Now we drink.
You like stuffing things in you.
I like stuffing things in other people, too.
And life is good.
Life is grand. Is that good?
Excellent, because we're already recording.
Well, because you guys probably did sound check before I left.
Yeah.
Before I came.
I had a co-host who told me that she was in a rush tonight.
I know, sorry. Hey, I got here in time, god damn it. So anyways.
Like, I have places I gotta be, Slayer. I am so fucking important in this town. I have meetings I have to fucking take.
I can't help it when my boss sends me a text and I'm like, what do I do? Okay. So anyways. I work in nightlife, so yeah.
Fair enough. I got it.
I gotta do nightlife shit and not drink. Oh god.
That sounds
That is
fucking
rough.
miserable.
No, it'll be fun.
You sure?
Yeah.
You positive on that?
100% positive.
I don't believe you for some
I have
reason.
good self-control. I've cleansed for 15 days before.
Wow.
I'm not going to do that now, but I've done it for 15 days. No cheating. I have really strong willpower, surprisingly.
This is my skeptical face. I Folks at home, if you believe that.
How long is this cleanser on right now?
I just started, so I was gonna push for 10, but I will probably do like 7, like
Nice.
a whole week.
Okay.
But I should do it for 10, so we'll see.
Have you ever done any of the cleanses?
Yeah, I've done like a 3-month is my longest.
Yeah.
And then,
See, I did it for 15 days, and that's not even that long.
Yeah.
So.
What goes into a 30-day cleanse? What?
Just stop drinking. Just that was what mine was for 30 days.
Mine is no eating, just juicing.
Oh my God, no, I could not do that.
Yeah, I did it for 15 days.
No.
And what kept me preoccupied was playing video games.
Yeah, I've done a 2-day cleanse like that, but I couldn't do anymore.
The longest I've ever done it was 15. So.
Oh, no.
Count me out.
Yeah, me too. I'm out too.
Yeah.
I like food too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, I have good self-control.
I smoke way too much weed.
I've done
juice.
I've done this specific cleanse 4 times now. So first time I did it was for 10 days. Second time I did it was for 15 days. Third time I did it for 10 days or 12 days or something like that.
So what's supposed to be the benefits of this shit?
Right. I was about to ask the same thing. I was like, where are we going for?
It detoxifies your body, gets rid of all the nasty junk that's in there. put it this way. Before, when I was vegetarian for 7 years, and
Wow.
7 years ago, 8 years ago now, now that I think about it, I think it was more like 8 or 9 years ago, we're going, I wasn't a vegetarian yet, and I did this cleanse, having eaten a lot of shitty food, red meat,
Right.
everything. And when you're cleansing, for not eating food for 10 whole straight days, and you're still going to the bathroom, that means that you're getting rid of junk that's like lining your
Right.
whole gut, man. Like, it's disgusting. So, not to gross people out listening right now, but like that shows you that the cleanse is actually working. And sometimes when people are like getting off of drugs, they'll do this cleanse with those people to like detoxify their body. It's really good for you. How it got discovered, the guy that made it, he knew this guy who had a really bad ulcer or whatever, and all these different like health problems, and then he did this cleanse, and it like went away. Just to give you the Cliff Notes version of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm sure the audience at home is very surprised that you poop.
Yeah, no, it's true. You drink unionized sea salt water every morning, and or a tea the night before. I don't like tea, so I just don't do the tea. I just do the salt water flush. And I felt great the first time I did it, and then it was after the first time that I did it that I stopped eating meat. And then I was meat free for like 7-8 years.
Wow.
Are you giving up meat when you get off this?
Yeah.
Show's over. We're done. Can't be a co-host with you.
I've been eating fish and stuff like that, but I'm gonna go back because I felt so much healthier when I wasn't eating meat. It has nothing. I mean, like, yeah, I care about the animals and all that, but when it comes to when I was eating meat free, rather, it was all just for health purposes.
Right.
So, and there's a book called Eat Right for Your Type, and I am A positive, and my blood type, which is funny because I didn't even do the whole vegetarian thing based on what this book said. It was just kind of coincidental that when I finally decided to read this book after 8 years of having been, on a meat-free diet, it said that my blood type thrives better on a meat-free diet, and I started getting into heavy into weightlifting about 3 years ago, and that's when I started eating meat again. And
Right.
then I kind of slowly weaned myself off, and I feel so much better.
See, my thought process is we wouldn't be able to digest it if we weren't supposed to eat it.
I have a lot of friends that are plant-based, but I just couldn't. I can't commit.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Cheers to that.
I grew up Midwest. I grew up on meat and potatoes. It's like taking away everything I know. You just can't. Okay.
Kansas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that from Saturday before things got hazy.
Right. Yeah. Real hazy. Real hazy.
Did you guys just meet recently?
Yeah, Friday
Yeah.
at a party at Nadir's.
Oh, that's okay. I kept forgetting where you were because I remember he was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of people that I know here," and I'm like, "Where are you?" Okay, it was
Yeah.
the deer's fucking.
Yeah,
Yes.
I ventured out into the valley.
Sorry.
It is a far venture out there. That is for sure.
Yeah, he's in fucking...
No, he's deep in the valley.
Deep.
I've been there. If it's the same house,
It is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's deep in the valley.
Yeah, but it's worth it for the pizza.
Exactly. Nadir
Oh yeah,
made
because
pizza.
he makes really bomb. Like,
Yeah.
homemade-
Yeah.
He's Italian.
Yeah.
Italiano.
Like real Italian, not some guy who's like fifth generation
no,
Italian.
yeah, no, he's
Right, like he's been here for 9 years and can still barely speak our language.
Yeah, like because he still has a thick ass accent.
Right.
For how long he's we love you, Nadir.
Right, I do, yeah.
For as long as he's been in America, which like 9+ years, he
Right.
fucking still has a thick accent. Sometimes
Yeah.
when he's talking, especially when he's drunk, I'm like,
Oh.
what?
I have to ask him at least twice what he's saying, and then I usually turn to Donnie for an interpretation. I'm like, what the
We're
fuck?
gonna go bar hopping
Right.
and stuff,
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That was spot on.
Yeah, the last time I hung out with him, we were getting drunk, and that he was just like really wasted, and you
Yeah.
really can't understand him when he's
Yeah.
drunk.
It turns out that Nadir and I are probably going to be in Germany at the same time for Oktoberfest.
Really?
Oh,
Is he
that's
going out there
awesome.
on tour or something? Or
He's just going to Europe on vacation and he's
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'll be in Munich on the 21st. I'm like, so will I.
Amazing.
oh shit,
21st of
September.
Oh, nice.
That's
very,
coming
very
up.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming
33 days till I bail the country for 2 weeks.
Damn. That's exciting.
Oh, I'm counting the days.
I bet.
Well, I don't want to talk about the negative shit going on in the world right now, but with all the negative shit going on, like that is bombarding my timeline, I just want
Sorry, I never tried to add to that, and then I did recently. But go on.
to. Right. I'm drawn to adding to it, and I don't want to. I just want to take a break from it, go to Europe,
Right.
be inebriated for like 12 days straight.
Right. But then they're just going to be complaining about Brexit. So, you know, it's
Well-
it's going to be a complaint or another, but it just won't be like our complaint of.
Yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam, Munich, and Helsinki, so hopefully it won't be as much Brexit talk.
Right. Right.
Hopefully they'll
Nah, they talk more about Brexit in fucking England,
yeah.
the UK, like
Right.
Because I was just in London in January, and it's all everybody fucking talks about.
yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll be happy if I enjoyed London. No shade to any London listeners. But your city isn't different enough from a U.S. city for me to be like, I want to go there again.
I liked it. I fucking liked it a lot.
See, that's why I do want to go there because I'm like, I want to have at least a little Americanized where I have some idea what's happening around me. Like, I don't want to be so out of place. Like, my roommate's been to some places where she's like, you don't even know. She was like, you got to just find stuff on a map that you recognize and that like you've walked by to get yourself
Never
back.
go to France then, because I've been to France, and in France they really do not like tourists.
Right.
If you can't speak French, they're like, fuck you.
Right.
Like every Uber that I took, fucking couldn't speak a lick of English. I know a little bit of French because my ex is French, but they really do not like
Right.
Americans. Or
Right.
I had a different experience in France. As long as I engaged them in French initially,
Oh, yeah, no.
they were
But
pretty
that's because
cool.
you knew French. That's
I
what
don't
she's
know.
saying.
I know a couple. I know a couple phrases. That's it.
Oh.
It's like
But enough to fool them initially.
not even. It's
No.
like bonjour.
Oh.
It's not good, but
Right.
they appreciated the effort, I believe.
Right. That's like me in Mexico. I can get like through like the initial meet and greet and where's the bathroom? I'd like a beer and then I'm out, you know? And then I'm done. That's all I got.
That was me in Spain too.
Right.
It's just like, hola.
¿Cómo estás? Bien.
Though after 10 days in Spain, I was so immersed when I got to U.S. Customs. I'm like, hola. They're like, what? I'm like, oh, hey, dude, what's going on?
Right.
You can speak English here. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because my buddies are like, oh, everyone in Europe speaks English. They do not.
Right.
They do
It's
not.
really funny because there's this really cute older Mexican lady that works. She's like the bathroom attendant when we have, you know, I work at a nightclub.
Right.
So when they, you know, when you go to, well, for those listening, who
Bathroom
probably
attendants.
don't know anything about nightclubs, they have like a bathroom attendant that
Right.
like
Stops you from doing drugs.
gives you towels.
No,
and,
she
like,
does not stop you from doing drugs.
No, she won't. and they have like a whole plethora of like gum and
Right.
deodorant, whatever. And you tip her, and then that's how, you know, they make money off of tips. Well, anyways, so like she doesn't. I remember the first time I started working there, I didn't realize she doesn't speak English. So I would see her, and I'd be like, "Hola, mami," and then she'd be like, "Hola, mami, cómo estás?" And I'm like, I have no idea what you just fucking said. So to this day, I've been working at this club for a year.
Oh, no.
To this day, whenever she talks to me, I just nod my head like. And then
Yeah.
when she kind of gesticulates, I can kind of understand what she's trying to tell me. And then like certain key words that she says where I'm like, I think I know what she's saying to me.
Right.
I feel like such an asshole, like even admitting this. But like, I'm just like, I don't want to be like, oh,
At
no
this
comprendo.
point, right, yeah.
Especially after working there for the past year.
Don't
Right.
worry. If she hears this, she won't know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I say certain things to her, and then I kind, you know what I mean, like she understands what I'm saying, so we kind of just communicate with like, you know, my minor Spanglish, and then her, you know, just kind of saying certain things, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
It's what I like to call kitchen Spanish. I picked it up in like, working bars and restaurants over the years.
Right.
Yes, I've heard that
Right.
before. That's funny.
It's like bad Spanglish.
Yeah.
You're originally from the Midwest.
Yes.
How long have you been out west?
Well, out west, I've only been here for 3 years, but I moved away from home immediately. I left home 19, I guess, and moved to Atlanta. And then I've kind of bounced around. I did some time in New York. I did some time in Vegas.
Oh, nice. I love it.
Yeah, I did some time in Florida. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for a little while. I've just been a little traveling soldier.
No, I love it. Where were you before you moved to Los Angeles?
Nevada. I was in Vegas
In Vegas.
for a
Oh, okay.
year and a half, I guess.
How did you like living in Vegas?
I hated it, but it
Me
was
too.
cheap.
Right? Exactly.
I was waiting to hear what you were
Hated
going to say
it.
because I lived there for 2 years back
Right.
in 09, 07.
Where'd you
07,
live, though?
09. Southern Highlands, like the little
Okay.
nice area that's like like when you first enter Vegas.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Very southern part in the little it's like all those gated
Yeah,
communities and stuff.
But it's still suburbia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was
Me
away.
too.
I was like 10 minutes away from the chaos, but
Right.
still like the thing that I personally hated about living there was the fact that like, okay, I don't gamble and I
Right.
can only party for so much.
Right. Well, see, I do gamble. gamble, but that was also an issue. Gambling does not produce winners. No, I liked it because I could hike because I lived in Summerlin. So I was right by Red
that's
Rock.
That's where I was too.
We talked about that.
I hiked
Yeah.
at Red Rock a lot. That's the one thing I liked.
That was like a saving grace.
That was the only thing that I had could do. Because I was
Right.
like, what else is there to do out
Right.
here? That was my one big
Yeah.
complaint was like, oh, well, I like hiking, so Red Rock was fun. But,
Right.
But then, like, yeah, it's just I
Yeah, it
didn't
was
discover
rough.
Red Rock until like towards the last several months that I lived there.
Dude, I made everyone come to Red Rock. Anyone who came to Vegas and they like wanted to do the party scene, I'm like, you can do the party scene, but you have to come to Red Rock with me. And no one ever regretted it. Granted, they were a little hungover and didn't really want to be there. But then when they got there, they're like, this is amazing. I'm like, I'm not going to bring you to something that's shitty. Like if I'm going to give you do one thing, it's got to be a shitty thing, you know? So,
Right.
yeah, happy to get out of there though, for sure.
Oh, me too. Well, my biggest problem was Vegas people are super cliquish because everyone's so transient. They don't want to spend time to like get to know you.
Right.
They got their clique and they're good with it.
Right.
I maybe met 4 or 5 people I didn't know before I moved there. Almost all of them were in the biz. Like
Everyone that's a local is. I mean,
Well, I met like 2 people that are slot techs.
Right.
Through some other friends, but
right.
99% of the people I met
Yeah.
were like in the business. It's like, oh, well, I worked for production for Brazzers. It's like, but I kind of want some civilian friends. Otherwise,
Right.
if you have no civilian friends, things get weird.
Right. I don't feel like I have civilian friends. I mean, I do like at home and like random other states, but I don't feel like I have civilian friends out here. I don't think I do.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Comics, my friends and porn stars. That's it. That's
Yeah,
what I got.
other comics don't count either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think comics count either because they're not normal people.
No,
So-
they're honestly worse than people in the business.
I agree with you.
There's one comic that's kind of friends with Cruz who's into some weird shit.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
that?
I'm not gonna say. Any,
Oh, I wanna
can't-
know
I
off
can't say
camera.
any names because he's a pretty big name.
Oh, okay.
Maybe off air.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Alec.
Perfect. I can't
Not-
wait.
Not on air.
I can't wait.
He's pretty famous, but he is super weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like most people that are like successful in the industry, though, I feel like you got to have some kind of fucking weird quirk to you, you know,
Oh, definitely.
to keep going, you know, because I think normal people would have just dropped off and been like, it's not worth it. And us crazies are like, no, one day it's gonna work out, you know.
Honestly, after being in a bunch of like successful mainstream people's houses, I'm not sure I'm narcissistic enough to make it an entertainment. I don't have a shrine to myself in my apartment. Almost all the successful people's houses I've been in have at least
Pictures
one
of
wall.
themselves. I can see that.
Like I was
I'm not successful enough. I do not have that.
The DJ that was playing at our club this past Saturday, he has a mascot. You know, like think like the Jack in the Box head. You know, like it's like a little mask or whatever. This DJ has a DJ. I want to pull up a picture so you guys can actually visualize this. Where, God damn it! It's a fucking mascot head of himself. Basically.
Oh, God.
So I was like, when I saw him, because I was working that night doing bottle service, and I was like, oh my God, this DJ has a mascot of himself. And then one of the cocktail waitresses that I work with looked at me and she's all like, shit, girl. She's like, that's like me every day. And I was like, that's kind of funny though. I'm not hating. I just think it's funny because that's like just exactly what you just described right now. How like,
Right.
people, I'm pulling up the picture right now.
No, I'm not hitting on it. I honestly
No.
just feel like I'm defective that I'm not that narcissistic. Like I need to build the shrine obviously to make it.
I
You
just
gotta have a
really think
shrine.
this is
My
funny.
Instagram
And
is
it's
my
so
shrine to
Hollywood, too.
myself. Are you kidding me? It's just full of pictures of me.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh my
That
God,
is
that's
goddamn
hilarious.
ridiculous.
He's got a mascot of himself.
I wonder if he puts that on girls while he fucks them.
I don't know, but I just
no,
know
that's an interesting thought. I like that.
I just know that this dude,
Grab him by the fucking pigtails while he bangs him.
yeah.
and he was great. Shout out to DJ AO, but like he has a fucking mascot of himself.
That's
it's
so
great.
funny.
I was like, wow, all right.
Because that, if he does put that mask on girls, that is a whole nother level of narcissism.
Right.
True.
Fucking yourself. For sure. I'm not going to lie, though. There are times when I'm having sex with someone and I look in the mirror and I'm looking at myself, for sure. But I think that's just to make sure I still look good, I guess, because I'm so worried about always being on camera, too. You're worried about, like, angles, you know?
I think Patrick Bateman when he's looking in the mirror.
Yes,
and, like,
yes.
flexing and
Yeah.
I'm so hot.
Right. I'm not exactly flexing, but yeah, it's that level. Yeah.
You should be, though. Come on, just gun show.
I
Right.
had to think about it for a minute. And I'm like, I think the majority of my friends are. It's the opposite. The majority of my friends are fucking civilians.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like no, maybe not because if actors and stuff don't really count.
no, I don't think actors
Yeah.
count.
We know a fair amount of bartenders.
But I do have I have a fair amount of friends that are like total civilians.
Okay. That's fair.
I had to think about it for a minute there. I was like, no, I don't really have too many friends in the business that I hang out with.
You've kind of separated yourself from it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's tough though, because it's tough for people to understand too.
Oh, it totally is. And it totally makes... I can only imagine how hard it is for you guys. Being
person-
porn adjacent,
You're
it's-
talking about yourself,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, yeah. Go on.
dating is sometimes miserable because they're like, you're hanging out with, porn performers? Like, yeah, they're my friends.
Yeah.
And civilian girls are weird about it.
Yeah.
You are a retired performer. You're an active performer. I can only imagine it's even worse.
I said this the other day. They sometimes look at us, and I was making a horrible joke about that people look at porn stars the way they look at a Nobel Prize winner, but less noble. But we become like an object, is what I'm saying, is because you stop being a person to them, and then you become like this object. We became this dirty sex person to them, and it's always like a dirty connotation.
Well, civilians
which is
also
funny.
tend to dehumanize us. When I was single,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you become an object.
When I was single, there was a reason why I couldn't date because
Right.
I would hang out with people. It was one and done.
Right.
Because every time I'd meet up with people, whether or not I told them who I was, they already knew.
Right.
And then they would either tell me or like fanboy really hard, and I'm
Right.
like, okay, this is getting really fucking weird.
Right.
And I just couldn't fucking do it. So
Yeah.
it's like. And that's the problem because they think that a lot of people that are fans of our work, they tend to think that they know us
Yes.
in an intimate way. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, you do not know us.
Right, you have no idea. Yeah.
So,
Well, in their minds, you're their orgasm provider. So, it's pretty
and
intimate.
they kind of equate that to being, I know you. I feel like I know you.
Right.
I feel like I'm so close to you. Like, no, you don't.
Right.
Like, just because you've seen the inside of my asshole does not
Just
mean
because you were
know me.
naked while you were watching me naked doesn't.
Yeah, this is not a relationship, dude.
right. right.
Like, what's my favorite movie? You have a favorite movie? Like, you like things?
Okay, this actually reminds me of a comedy sketch that I'm doing. I don't want to talk about it, but it kind of reminds me.
Talk about it, goddammit. We have a
Can't
podcast
because
for a
it's-
reason.
I haven't shot it yet, but it's very similar.
Well,
where,
then that gives
it's
you a
about
deadline.
It's about a cam girl, not so much a porn star, but it has something to do with the boyfriend not knowing that much about his own girlfriend. But because she webcams a lot, everyone, webcamming is a little bit more intimate because you're actually conversing with your fans and stuff
Right.
like that. And so the whole joke is that like, oh, my fans know me better than you do.
Right.
Basically, that's the
Right.
whole premise.
That's a good premise.
But,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. I was like,
Yeah.
this is hilarious. But
Well, because the Cam Girls fans know what gifts to buy her. And
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
do you have a wish list?
For sure, I have a wish list, and it gets replenished on a regular basis. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I actually have fans where they'll ask me, will you go shopping on your wish list? And so I'll go and put 15 or 20 things up, and then they'll call me an hour later. They're like, okay, I got everything. Will you shop for more stuff? I'm like, I will. Yes, it's actually kind of a pain in my ass because I have to be on there forever because Amazon is not as shop friendly as everyone thinks. I mean, there's only so many things that you can buy on Amazon. Like,
I got some things you can throw on there if you want to hook a brother up. So a while back, I actually made a absolutely ridiculous wish list, and I published it for half a second, then I realized it put my actual name up. I'm like, oh, no, that needs to go down now.
Yeah, you can
Right.
change it. You can change the name that's on there.
Yeah, well, I accidentally published it with my real name, though.
You should have just edited it.
I'm going to, but it is the most ridiculous wish list because there's a bunch of, like, weird, meats you can get off Amazon.
right.
So it was like freeze-dried tarantula.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I just did the most ridiculous thing I could
Right,
find. Like, it
right.
was just like 20 pounds of Kobe steak.
I would order that. I didn't know I could order meat.
Oh, yeah.
Now-
There's food on there.
Now I'm going to, redirect. I got this. I'm like, I feel like I've gone through all their like summer dresses and blah, 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 blah.
See, my wish list
Bored.
is always just a bunch of video games and comic books and stuff.
I try to still make it like porn related, like buy porn clothes,
Yeah.
buy lingerie, buy dildos, like stuff like that. But
Hey, if you buy a steak, I'm sure some dude will pay to watch you eat it.
that's true. That's true, actually. I was just thinking since I'm moving in like a few weeks. I'm like, I'm going to start putting stuff I want for my house.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Right?
Whenever I would move, I would put
Right.
stuff on my wish list, and I have a lot of fans that.
Yeah,
that shit.
absolutely. I'm talking like dishes and everything.
Yeah.
Like, help me out.
Fucking put the cardboard boxes on there.
Right? So true. But if everything comes from Amazon, it'll just show up in the cardboard boxes. I don't have much to move, trust me. I was homeless for a year, so I have gotten down to clothes. I have clothes, very little belongings. I've now started getting belongings again that I've had a home for a little while. So, yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the homelessness.
Yeah.
Elaborate, please.
Well, oddly enough, when I moved from Vegas out back here to LA, back to LA, because I was in LA first and then moved to Vegas and then back to LA. And I had sold all my stuff and I was going to come out here and I didn't really have a place to live. I was going to live in a model house for a little while and I did, but model houses are fucking hectic and crazy and I'm older by 10 years than most of the girls. I just couldn't do it. So I went to go look for a place. Turns out I ruined my credit over the past few years, and I didn't realize that. So I went to go get an apartment.
A comic with bad credit?
Well, yeah. Just bad at
Shocked.
life, right?
Shocked.
And they were like, I think you might want to look at your credit. And here I am like, what? What do you mean? Look at my credit. So I literally could not get a place to live. And of course I'm making money. I've got money, but no one will take it because my credit is shitty. So I was living in
And it's dirty porn money.
There's
Yeah.
some places that will take money. It's just you have to pay like a bigger deposit and stuff.
Right,
Like that, even if
yeah, even those places were like, you need a co-signer, blah, blah, blah. So I just found a roommate. Well, not even. For a year, I was in Airbnbs, hotels, friends' couches. Granted, I was traveling a lot and I was still working. So I was just traveling and going to different cities. But I found that I got rid of everything that I couldn't fit into a few suitcases that could fit into my car. I had like 4 suitcases and that was it.
I'm kind of envious of that. Well, because I lived on the road for an old day job for 3 years.
Yeah.
I lived out of a giant porn girl-sized suitcase, and I had all my shit in storage. When I got back to like having a place of my own in real life, I'm kind of like, man, I have all this stuff. I don't really need this stuff, but I like this stuff.
all my
Yeah.
shit follows me everywhere. It's annoying.
It sounds kind of like lack a luxury, and I kind of played it up on Snapchat and everything like it was fun for me. And like, oh, I'm in a different city today. Oh, it's moving day. I'm going to a different hotel. But really, it was the most stressful time in my life because day to day, I literally didn't know where I was going. Some weeks I would only have enough money to get an Airbnb for a week, and then I'd go, oh shit, I hope I work this week because at the end of this, I'm out of money and where do I go, you know? So then I'd be on a friend's couch for a week until I worked again, and then I could afford an Airbnb for a week, and it was so stressful. It was crazy.
Thank God for Airbnb though.
Right?
Right?
Seriously,
is
because
great.
hotels in LA and New York, where I split a lot of my time, are fucking insane in both places.
Yeah, $200 plus a night for a shit place.
Yeah, for shit. Yeah.
I could never live in the only time, actually, I had to think about it. The only time I ever lived in a model house was when I first started in the business like 15 years ago.
Miserable.
I was 18, it was my first agent.
Oh, well, that might have been okay for you then at 18.
No.
No.
Like, no. One of the girls that I lived with was fucking psychotic, and we like the way it was in Koreatown, in K-Town,
Right.
in this nice apartment, and it was 2 bedrooms, but the one bed, because like the agent lived with us, she was a female, and the one bedroom she designated for the models had 2 bunk beds in it.
Oh,
So
man.
it was like living in a dorm. And
Right,
the room,
right.
you know, it's like not that big, but it's 2 bunk beds in there.
Right. Which is how most
And we
model
all
houses
shared a
set it up.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Living with your agent also sounds miserable. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, I don't feel like doing that shoot. What do you mean? What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I never turn down money. I've never turned down a shoot. If they call me, I will be there. I do not turn down money.
wait,
I've
how long
literally
ago did you
thrown
start
up
in
on
business?
set 3 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've been vomiting
the
on set and still
The business is
finished.
so different now. When I started back in 03,
Right.
like it was like boom, boom, boom. I was working 25, 30 times a month
Yeah.
by choice. Like I was
Right.
like making money. I bought a house, all
Right.
this shit. It was great. And then 2008, just things started going. That's when I took a break. I moved to Vegas, and I was like,
Right.
I'm gonna like go on vacation and like not work because I'm so
Right.
jaded now. And so I kind of just took a break. Not even jaded is the word. It was like I was so exhausted.
Right.
And I like took a break for like 2 years. I took a break, and then I came back, and then the business is it just hasn't been the same. So I
Right.
totally get it. Like, fucking, if I was active now, I probably would do the same. Like if that was all I did,
Right.
I would be like, oh, give me a shoot, take it. But
I'm happy now I'm contracted, so I don't have to worry as much, but I'm like,
Is that an official announcement we can make?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah, who you contracted with?
Team Skeet.
oh, cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
They're amazing. I absolutely love them. Their team is phenomenal.
That's
so.
all. Yeah, they are pretty awesome.
From makeup
actually.
artists to directors, it just to the PAs. I mean, I go to set every single day, like, yay! Like, we're gonna have an awesome day, regardless of who my talent is. Like, I don't even have to know.
Well,
I
that's
can
always
just show
nice
up.
when
Like,
you know that the people you're working for,
yeah.
everybody's so cool.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Sometimes, you go to a set and you're like, why is everybody miserable?
Yes, those sets are make for very long days.
So, what came first, the comedy or
Comedy.
the porn? Comedy came first. Okay, so
Comedy.
how long have you been doing comedy?
6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and did you start this when you were like kind of obviously not when you're in Vegas?
Yeah.
right?
No, when I was in Kansas City when I
Okay.
originally started doing all of my moves. Most of them have had Kansas City in between them.
Okay.
And then to
Okay.
different places. Yeah. So I started stand up in Kansas City, and then when I actually moved out to LA to pursue it, I wasn't doing stand up at all when I first moved here because I moved here after a DUI that got me really broke. I had saved up a bunch of money to move to LA, and then I got a DUI 3 days before I moved.
Oh, that's fucking miserable.
That's gotta suck ass.
It sucked real bad. So that's actually why I moved to Vegas. I only lasted in LA for 4 months the first time around.
So when you first came out here, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then 4 months later, you're like, okay, I'm going to go to Vegas. Because it's so cheap to live out
So
there. It's
cheap
the
in
only thing.
Vegas, yeah. So I
There's a reason.
Yeah.
No, I
so
know.
I was working like 3 jobs out here in LA, none of which were comedy. So I was just grinding away, working all these idiot jobs. And then my girlfriend came out and she was like, I'm going to do porn. And I saw her make like $5,000 in a week. And I was like, I'm fucking doing porn. There's no reason I shouldn't. I'm a grown ass. I was 30. You know, I was like, I'm a grown ass adult. I need money. I need to have free time for comedy. It's the reason I'm out here. It's the whole reason I moved. If I'm not going to do it, what the fuck am I doing? So porn allowed me to really pursue my comedy career. And oddly enough, once I started telling people I did porn and started doing comedy under my porn name, my comedy career skyrocketed to a point I couldn't even handle. I was getting offered to do weekends at clubs, and I just kept saying yes. I don't ever say no to things. So I just kept saying yes to things that I should have never gotten booked for. And comics will tell you that knew me in the beginning. They were like, you were not funny. You did not deserve the shows you got. But they'll also tell you now, you've earned the respect, you've stuck around, you've done the job, you've done the writing, you've put in the work. Because that's all I've ever wanted to do is comedy. Porn pays the bills. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love porn. I think it changed me for the better. I don't think I would be the person I am today if I didn't get into porn. Okay. So,
As I said off air, like I watched some of your older stuff, and I legitimately laughed. I was sitting out on my porch smoking a cigar, and I'm watching. I'm like, this
As
is
you
legitimately
do.
funny. As I do. How most of my profile photos are me with a cigar these days, aren't they? Where are our cigar sponsorships? Seriously, cigar companies, get at us. I will smoke your product. I'll
you
even make
will.
Cruz smoke one.
you will.
I will. I'll smoke one.
When she's done with the cleanse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not right now.
It's like 7 days. It's cool.
Wait, can you smoke weed on that cleanse?
I won't do it.
Okay, but
I
do you
will
normal
I
in your
will
life?
strictly- I used to be the biggest pothead, and I don't really like my new roommate smokes weed. So occasionally, if we're playing video games, I'll be like, "Let me fucking take a puff out of that." You know what I mean? But like, I'm not anywhere near as a
Okay.
big weed smoker like I used to be. Like, if it's there and I'm, like we're socializing, having a good time, I'll,
Right.
whatever. But I'm not like, I feel like smoking weed right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of like a social thing for me.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah. So, but on the cleanse, when the first few times that I did it, I never smoked or did anything while I was on it. So,
Right. Nice. God, you have willpower.
I have really surprisingly strong willpower.
My best friend's the same way. Like when he had to quit smoking weed, he was like that day done smoking weed. Same with cigarettes. We like used to. I smoke, and anytime I would light up a cigarette, he would have one with me. And then one day I went to hand him one, and he goes, "No, I think I don't want to smoke anymore." And then just never asked for a cigarette again. And the same way with drinking for him. Like, he had to quit drinking. He just never even, like, bothers
I
him.
quit drinking for 2 months once.
I can't. I'm
Just
so
completely
addictive
cold turkey.
personality.
And the thing is,
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
And the great part about when I did quit drinking, I was working as a dating coach, and I was taking clients to nightclubs and bars, settings where there is alcohol,
Right.
and I would literally order the way I would like, I guess, handle it is, I guess, the word to use or something, is I would order a sparkling water with lime.
Right.
And I would just drink that, and I was totally fine, because I think it's just like, like having something in my hand,
Right.
sipping on it, whatever. Sparkling water with lime. It's like, oh, okay, it's the closest thing I'm gonna get. But that's what I would do in that 2 months that I would do that. But I was like surrounded by it and everything, but I
Yeah.
just have really good, strong willpower.
That's
So,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I quit smoking cigarettes was I went cold turkey for about 90 days, and then this is way back in the day when you could smoke in bars.
Right. Which you still can where I'm from. by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, this was Chicago. I don't even remember what year the smoking ban went in, but I went out to like my local bar, and real super cute bartender smoking. Like, hey, let me bum one of those. She bummed me like the stalest smoke I've ever had.
Really?
And you were done.
Well, between getting really drunk and getting a really bad head rush
Right.
from not smoking for like 3 months, I puked my brains out.
Oh, no.
God.
Like, my buddy's driving me home. We're stopping on the expressway so I can puke on the side of the road.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need a cigarette ever again.
Good for you. Good for you.
But now I'm back to smoking cigars pretty regularly. So
Yeah.
that's how I ended up with
But you
cigarettes.
don't inhale cigars, so it's not as bad on your
Cigars
lungs.
is a little different. Than
Yeah, there's still a lot of nicotine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair.
Well, and when I initially started smoking cigarettes, I was a cigar smoker first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a habitual.
interesting.
But this is also the 90s, and I was a coffee house kid.
Got you.
So it's like, oh, we'd hang out in the coffee house and smoke and drink coffee and hang out.
Like friends.
More
I'll be there for you.
harder drugs and more sex.
Yeah. Harder drugs, more sex. I feel you. They did not do it. I feel like they at least should have incorporated alcohol more with friends than they did.
Right? There are a bunch of 20-somethings living in New
Right.
York.
And no one ever, like, they had alcohol like maybe twice in the show. It's crazy.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Ross should have been drunk all the time.
Just for his life situation.
Exactly. Come on.
They have an episode where he like did get drunk or something.
Yeah,
They have a
but
few
that's like-
episodes where they get drunk. Yeah.
But it's
But they
over 9
incorporated it into the
seasons.
fucking scene. Like,
Right.
oh my God, he was
like they
drunk
got
and it was
married.
funny.
Him and Rachel got married drunk one time in Vegas or something like that, I think, or something.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to get me drunk to marry 90s Jennifer Aniston. To, like,
You wouldn't have to get me drunk to marry Jennifer Aniston at any age. Are you kidding me? I'd still take her right now, and I hate licking pussy, but I would do it all day, every day for her.
Did you just say you hate licking pussy?
I do.
So you don't do girl porn?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
I
You just
do.
don't like eating pussy.
I just don't trust pussy. Does that count? It's not, because if I'm with a good woman that I'm attracted to, totally fine. I'm into it. And I like her licking my pussy. I don't trust women with their cleanliness, especially because I do MILF. So I have to work with a lot of young girls, and I know how hard a vagina is to maintain, and I know what happens to it between yeast infections, BV, and all the other blah, blah. I don't trust them. I don't like putting my mouth on something I can't trust. That's my issue.
You know what I always did with the young girls? I'll be 33 this year, so I'm
Yeah.
not, I know I look young, but
Right.
a lot back when I was still shooting, and there'd be the occasional times where I remember. Well, I'll just talk about one specific scene,
Right.
Because there was 4 girls, and one of them was super young,
stinky girl.
and kind of obnoxious. And I was like, you know what? There's fucking 2 other bitches here. Like, I'm not going anywhere near that. And so one of the things I like to do, if I don't want to be rude about it,
Yeah.
especially because it was a live stream, too.
Yeah.
And so I shoved my fingers into her pussy, and then I shoved my fingers in her face.
Yes.
To be like,
This
listen,
is what you
bitch.
have. Yeah.
Because a lot of the young girls do not know how to properly.
don't.
A lot
That's-
of them do
yes.
not know how to properly keep
Clean.
themselves clean. Yeah.
And I will say it's difficult. having a vagina is not easy. It is a living goddamn petri dish in there. I get it. It's tough.
I will say this though, like in my experiences with, because I've fucked a lot of chicks in porn and I've fucked a lot of girls outside of porn.
Right.
A lot of girls outside of porn don't, like, if there's anything porn taught me, it's how to properly maintain my vagina.
So mine too.
And
Oh my God.
There's a lot of civilian girls that I'm just like, okay, give me some fucking porno pussy because goddamn.
Even in my early days of porn, I look at my videos and I'm embarrassed of what my vagina looked like on camera because I wasn't keeping up properly. And I did have pimples on my ass and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Like I see it now if somebody will post something on my Twitter and I'm like, no, retweet, delete. No. Why would you ever show that picture? It's tough. Vaginas are tough.
Hey, both of you should be thankful you don't have a beard to get the smell trapped in.
Oh, Lord.
That's fucking gross. Have you ever hooked up with a porn chick that had a fucking skanky ass pussy slayer?
Not that I would like to say on air.
No, but I mean, yes or no?
I'm thinking. Let me think.
But I've also been with men who had stinky balls on set as well. So
That's sad. Like, it's really easy to maintain ball cleanliness.
Right.
Like, it's a hot rag and some soap.
Right. I agree with you.
I mean, I can maintain that, like, on a bender. Like, I could go to the bathroom, like, shove a rag down my pants real quick, and I'm good to go.
Right.
I may have done that once or twice in my life.
It sounds like it, but that's okay.
Hey.
No one's judging here. Hey, I'm happy if they take a hot rag to it. I'm very happy about that.
I just don't like the feeling of my balls sticking to my thigh from, like, ew.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling.
I'm gonna barf now.
What? The talk of my sticky balls?
No, just the everything from like
The yeast, the BV,
the
the
weird sticking smell and all that shit. And thankfully, though, like of all the scenes that I have done, there's only occasional times where like the
Occasional,
girls,
yeah.
occasional, very, very, very occasional.
I will say that too. Very occasional.
Yeah.
I had someone roll up to me at Nadir's party and be like, your beard smells like pussy.
Oh wow.
Who said that?
I'll tell you off air.
Oh my god.
Did it have pussy in it?
A couple days previous.
Wow.
I remember going to a party and eating this girl's pussy and then meeting up with a dude. I mean, her pussy was pristine though.
Nice.
But you know how pussy smells like pussy, you know what I mean? And nothing bad at all.
Right.
And I went to go meet up with a booty call right after. So it was really funny that I think I even posted about it. I was like, yeah, this was years ago. Went over to this dude's house with my face full
of
face
pussy.
full of pussy.
Nice.
And he knew it too because I told him after the fact. And I was like, he smelled that shit.
Right. Right.
Just one of the...
Wait, was there pussy on your beard?
I mean, a couple days previous. Like, from...
What the hell, dude? A couple days previous.
I didn't think I put...
saying it holds the fumes.
I don't know. I put beard oil in.
Okay, you want to hear something nasty?
And the
Since
pussy...
we're on this
real,
topic
real
right
quick
now.
before you do.
Of course.
The pussy I went down on was... tasted very nice and was very clean.
So it was like
That's
an
good.
after smell. I
mean-
don't understand. I mean, you shower, you wash
I do. I put beard oil in before I went to the party even. I think old girl was just being paranoid, but it was still really funny to have someone roll to me like, your beard smells like pussy. I'm like, oh,
Maybe
fuck.
they were joking. Well, because you smell it, your beard's closer to your face.
Well, it's kind of like, one of those things like it's close to your face. You get used to your own smells.
God,
Right.
I'm good. Everyone that's listening right now is never going to look at porn the same way again because we're totally bad-mouthing like
know.
all the fucking girls that have... Just PSA, not all girls in porn have
No,
nasty
I'm not
pussy.
saying that. I'm
No,
definitely
that pussy
not
was
saying
not
that.
nasty.
But it is
Yeah.
true, though. I'm agreeing with you that it's true. It's usually the younger ones.
Right, that's what
because
I'm
they
saying.
No, and especially now, because back in the day, my era when I started, like it was a little different. But like,
Right.
I know, like it was like just a few years ago when I worked with the girl that I was talking about, where I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I have a funny, nasty story I want to share.
It's
on
just
that
because
note.
people don't tell them. They don't
Because
have
people
the
are afraid.
information.
That's why I do the whole insert, shove it in
Right.
your face.
Right.
That's you, bitch. You smell that?
Right.
And it works because then they're like, oh my God, is
Ooh,
that me? I'm
yeah.
smelling? Yeah, it's you.
Yes.
And I didn't even touch her the whole time. I was like, y'all can have
Did you
that.
like
Right.
put it under the nose or in their mouth?
In their mouth or in their nose because it's
Right.
like, listen.
Yeah.
So, no, this is the fucked up story I have to share. So, Naughty America, I don't give a fuck that I'm even, because this is years and years and years ago, okay? Probably like 06-ish, 07, something like that. Naughty America did a shoot with this girl, oh my God, at one location. This was like at someone's house, right? With the what do you call it? The lights where they fold, the covers fold. I forgot what that's called. So they had the light equipment and everything. And they shoot this chick. I didn't work with her. This was like, I was told this story like when I was on set on another day. They were
Right.
like, "Oh my God, you'll never believe what happened yesterday." You know what I mean? Or whatever, however long ago. So
Gossip and porn, that never happens.
they tell me that
Yeah.
they shot this chick, and what boggles my mind is I'm like, if it's because when I tell you the story, it's almost like, why didn't they say something, or like, why did the guy agree to work with her if it was this severe? Because this has got to be super severe for this to even happen. So they shot her. They said it smelled awful the entire time.
Oh, God.
They even were bashing the dude for like, I don't even know how he even like
Went
could
through
handle
it.
like working with her or whatever, right?
Right.
So they pack up their lighting equipment. They leave the location. They go to a completely different location the next day. They plug in the lighting equipment. They open the little flaps that cover the lights. As soon as they fucking strike that shit on, the girl's nasty smelling pussy
Oh,
just
no.
started heating up
Radiating.
and radiating from the lights.
Oh,
her
God.
pussy smelled so bad it just burned itself into the lighting equipment that when they opened it
Oh,
and they
Lord.
turned it on, they were like, "What the fuck?" And because it was the same crew, they're like, "Yo, that chick's pussy's burned into the fucking lights."
Oh, my God.
That dude's a hero. That dude could fuck a brick
Yeah.
wall.
So
Like,
I'm like, when they were telling me this story, I was like, how did the dude even agree to work with a chick? Like, and you know, these days I hear stories from other people, male, female, doesn't matter. Where
Right.
they're not afraid to be like, "Yo, something's fucked
Yes,
up."
yes.
Go do so. And I think that needs to happen more often.
Yeah.
well, this is hell. What was?
This pussy was burned in the fucking lighting
Well,
equipment.
for
Yeah.
fuck's
Can
sake,
we
Cruz.
can I just repeat that again?
Yeah.
No, no.
That's disgusting.
I
Yeah.
agree, but
That's
for fuck's sake,
disgusting.
when the whole Mr. Marcus thing went down, fucking somebody worked with him that day.
Didn't we talk about this on the
We did.
I don't even know what you're referring to.
So there's an infamous case a couple years back where Mr. Marcus doctored his test and was still had
Oh,
syphilis.
wait, I do know what
But
you're talking
his,
about. Okay.
His dick looked like it was ripped for her pleasure. It was fucking gross. Like I saw pictures.
Well, in a situation like that, I really feel like it's if the model is too, because sometimes girls. I've noticed this over the course of 15 years of being in the business. I've noticed a lot of girls are too afraid to speak up. They're
Of
afraid to
course.
say no. They
Of course
feel, you know
they
what I mean?
are.
They're afraid that like, oh, I'm probably not going to get booked again. Whatever. Blah blah blah.
Well, I'm sure dudes are afraid of the same shit.
No, it goes both ways. But
Right.
in this particular instance, it's like, if the girl is afraid to say something, then I feel like the producer, the director,
Has
this
to
crew
say something.
needs to fucking step up and say something. Listen, dude, I think there's something going on there. Because when those pictures got publicized,
I didn't
was
see
like,
the pictures.
this is embarrassing.
I want to see the pictures now.
They
though.
they
I have
took it
to-
down.
I probably could text somebody who might have it.
Yeah, but they were on the website. Like the scene was
damn.
up and everything, and I was like, how is that supposed
Oh,
to be
the scene
appealing?
got produced?
Yeah. They did the scene. That's why it's upsetting to me that, like,
Oh,
okay, we
shit.
get it. The girl's on set. She doesn't say anything. Why didn't the producer? Why? Like, everyone kept blaming the girl, right? Like, oh, she's so stupid, la, 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 la. Everybody
Right.
fucking gave her shit. But I'm like, what about the fucking producers, the directors
Right.
on set? Why didn't they pull him aside and be like, listen, dude, under the lights, that does not look healthy. Because
Right.
when that shit went up online, me looking at it, I can stomach a lot of things.
Yeah.
I wanted to vomit. And all I kept thinking in my head
Her
was
mouth on that
what
poor
makes
thing.
them think
That's all I can think. Sorry.
What made the producers, the director, whoever was on set, what made them think that producing that scene is going to be appealing to anybody that comes to that
Right.
site?
Right.
And that's why it's down now. Because it's like, you go to that, anybody that's drinking their dick, no one's going to look at that and be like, oh my God, this looks really hot. Let me just fucking whack
syphilis
my
sores.
fucking, you know.
Oh, gross.
I mean, it was so bad that he got criminally charged.
Oh, shit. I did not know all of it.
Yeah.
See, I just don't know that. I don't deal with any of the inner workings of porn at all. I don't know anything that goes on the inside. I don't get invited to parties. I don't get all that kind of stuff.
We met at a party. That's a lie.
Nadir is different because Nadir is like an actual friend. I don't get invited to porn parties. I don't know events that are going on. Hell, I don't even know when Xbiz is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't attend these things.
You're
I
not
don't know
missing
You're
that
not
much.
missing much at all.
Well, I've
to be
been
honest.
to an Xbiz and I've been to an AVN and I don't care to go to anymore.
I stopped caring about going to those things years ago.
Right. Right.
Because the business has changed so much too. Like, I remember when AVN was actually fun, and that was like back in 2005.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
We've talked about this. When AVN was a trade show.
yeah, when it was a trade show, like it was
Right.
the Venetian, it was at a nicer venue, it was bigger. Now it's like, okay, it's smaller.
It's a fan show.
And it's a fan show.
It is a fan show, yeah.
And after going to Exotica in Chicago, and the only reason why I went is because I have a radio show on Sirius with Vivid.
Oh, okay, right.
So we were there for that. I'm also noticing the evolution of fans that show up to these things. A lot of people were trying to say, oh, it's because it's Chicago or whatever, but like a lot of people are trying to say that like with the way social media is now, because I mean Twitter didn't become a thing for porn people anyways until about 2009.
2010
2009 or 2009 2010 ish. So like, just like 7 years ago or whatever.
Right.
And a lot of people were saying how like, I think with the way social media is and people, and a lot of these fans have access to it, and us personally, like on the internet, that they feel like they can treat us a certain way. And I don't know.
Right.
Hell, and there are some girls that are essentially giving away enough to bust a nut over Twitter.
Yeah, that's why
true.
even when I was still active in the business, I wouldn't give away too much for free on there because it's like they're not gonna buy, and it's already bad enough with piracy and everything else that like.
Right.
Well, we got a whole generation of people that are coming up that have never known anything but free porn.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Absolutely.
It's true.
It's fucked up. Because think about it. Next year, people born in 2000 can legally buy porn.
Yeah, they'll
That's
be,
so
and
crazy.
also people will legally be able to get into porn. So think about all the
Yeah.
young girls that are just turning 18 next
Oh
year.
Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord.
I don't
Young,
know.
dumb,
I'm
and
sorry,
full of
but
cum.
I like my toys well trained. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, no, I'm lying. I was like, I like to teach. No, I don't. No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Maybe in my 20s.
The novelty of it was great, years ago. But now that I'm older and I've had a couple of, I've had a couple of threesomes, and stuff like that. And I've come to the realization that I like my toys well trained.
No,
Yeah.
I'm right there with
Agreed.
you. I mean, you guys don't have penises, but I have received a hand job like this before.
What the shit?
I mean, it's years and years and years ago. I wasn't from a performer, but still,
Right.
when it comes to training, I have definitely actually received an open hand job. Like for the audience at home, I am making like a karate chop.
I've had
With
several
one hand?
men. I've had several men caress the slit between my leg and my pussy, thinking that they're like fingering like my
Like your
my
taint?
pussy. Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, and I'm like,
You
you're not even close, sweetie. You're not even close.
The worst for me is when a guy tries to finger me like this, like I'm sitting upright, and for those listening that can't see, if I'm like on my back, okay, just to get you, I'm not on my knees, obviously, and a dude
You're
or
not?
a chick shove their fingers into me, like pointing downward,
Right.
Like, what are you pointing
Where are
at
you going?
down there? Like,
Where are you going?
The
Yeah.
clit and the fucking G spot is upwards, and you're going like this.
Right.
They're trying to go down. They're
downward?
down elevator.
I'm like, what are you doing? So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is why I like girls in the business that have some experience behind them. Because I'm not some 19, 20-year-old who's like, oh my God, sex is sacred. I can't believe you've had so many partners. It's like, no, it's not fucking climbing Everest. No one's planting a goddamn flag.
Right. Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
But like, as a dude, when you're younger, it's like, no, I want a woman who's virtuous, who's only been with a handful of dudes.
Oh yeah.
No, dudes, if you are listening, you want the cleanest, dirtiest girl you can get.
That's exactly it. The cleanest, dirtiest girl. I like
That's
that.
my radio show is called The Dirtiest Girl in the World, and for the beginning, I felt like it had a negative connotation to
Right.
it at first, like oh she's dirty, and then I was like, well, I'm the cleanest, dirtiest
Right.
girl in the
Exactly.
world.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
You want to be with a woman who knows what gets her off, knows how she wants to get
Yes,
off,
Yes.
and isn't afraid to fucking tell you.
Right. Right.
'Cause-
Oh yeah, because I remember when I was, especially when I was single, because my man now like
Gets
he can
it.
get me off with just his tongue, and that's
Nice.
I can count how many people on one hand
Same.
can do that, know.
Same.
And I've been with a lot of fucking people, so it's
Right.
like, that's great. But when I was single and like dudes would, I would have to stop them like the first few seconds. Okay, just let me just suck your dick and then
Right.
let's fuck. I don't need you to eat my pussy.
Right. Same. I still do the same. Absolutely. Very few men. Very few
No,
men.
but I
get
want to
it.
eat your pussy. I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing a good job.
Right.
So
I want you
just-
down there long enough to get it wet.
That's it. I'm like, just so no joke. I've actually said this before a few times. Like, can you just spit on it? and
Right.
then come up here.
And
real quick?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bring me the dick. Bring the dick.
And there's nothing wrong with you telling a partner that's what you want.
Right.
For sure.
Dudes, you should not be offended if a woman's like, this is what I want. Because she is not your fuck toy. I'm getting preachy, aren't I?
It's fine. Keep going.
Fine.
I'm
Keep
liking
preach.
it. Keep
Preach
going.
it. Preach it.
Testify!
Hashtag preach.
No, like, you shouldn't be offended. She should be your equal partner in fucking. She is not just your fuck post. So if she tells you this,
Fuck post. That's the first I've heard that. I like that. Go on.
if she tells you what she wants, you should comply because that's how you get repeat business.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Very true.
True.
If you're like, no, this is what I got to do to get me off. Fuck what she wants.
Also the same
one
thing.
and done.
Same thing, and I know we keep like preaching the same shit, but I just want to keep saying it. Like guys, because a lot of people, I get a lot of especially working as a dating coach and giving advice on my radio show and stuff like that. A lot of people always ask me, and this was actually no joke. A couple of weeks ago, someone asked this on my show, saying, "Oh, there's this girl that I really like, but she's not right down there. Like I don't know how to." And I'm like, "Dude, you just got to tell her." And I told everybody listening, I was like, "Listen, communication is key in any relationship, right? So like." If you're a guy, a girl, even the ladies, if a dude's fucking nuts stink, fucking tell him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just like if a girl's pussy is not right, you gotta fucking tell her and fucking just be like, hey, I'd really like to eat your pussy, but I think your flora might be a little
Your flora?
Yeah,
Nice.
your flora. It's a nicer way of putting it.
It is a nice way,
Your
yeah.
flora is kind of out of balance, so maybe use some peroxide down there.
And if she doesn't know what
saying?
flora means, don't fuck her.
Oh, come on. True, though. Ladies, we have a flora.
Right, but as I said, if she doesn't understand what that word means, do not stick your penis in because you can still get people pregnant, and heaven forbid that your genetic mix comes out with that, and then you're stuck with the offspring of that fucking mistake for 18 years.
Plan B.
If she's smart enough to take it.
You slip it into her soda.
When
That's
you
all
wake
I'm
up the
saying.
next morning, if she spends the night, make her coffee,
Right.
crush that shit in her coffee.
I would be flattered if someone brought me a Plan B after our date, like
Yeah.
to breakfast. I'd be like, "Oh my god,
Do either-
I dated a dude whose ex-girlfriend was really fucking psychotic. That she got pregnant on purpose,
of course.
kind of psychotic. So, but he was saying that like he knew that she was trying something funny because she kept saying she was on birth control, and he's like, something's not right. And so like he would, this is before she got
Come
pregnant.
come inside me, I'm on birth control.
He would wake up the next morning and make her like a breakfast smoothie or something, like protein because she worked out and stuff.
Right.
And he would crush Plan B because he's a
Smart.
doctor. Crush Plan B into his, well, not that you need to be a doctor to fucking get that shit, but he has access to a lot of shit.
Right.
And he would crush that shit into her fucking smoothie and be like, here you go.
That's
Question.
a fucking angel right there.
Does anyone know what it's like when you snort Plan B? Because if you have a party girl, be like,
No.
hey girl, I got a rail for you.
Oh my God.
I don't know, but I'll look into it. I'll snort one.
I almost want to look this
Oh,
up
girl
real
after my own
quick.
heart.
I'll do it. I'll find out for you.
Because I mean, if she's not into fitness, Plan B.
Right.
Hey girl, we got some partying to do.
Right. We're not done yet. I got one more for you before you go home. Here you go.
I need, yeah, especially
Yeah.
if she's, because I'm trying to figure out like, would it hurt your nose to, how there's
I'll
certain
try.
pills.
That's what I'm saying.
If
I'm
there's
like,
certain
Jesus, why do we
pills
not
that
have a
you-
Plan B right now? Like,
That you-
I would love to do
They're
that.
fucking expensive. That's why.
I would pay the $50 for that bit right now. Can we Postmates a Plan B?
Oh, I'm sure you could actually.
Yeah, because it's over the counter now. You can just fucking
Yeah.
get it over the counter. Okay.
So right now, I'm going to try to Postmates a Plan B. I will pay the Postmates delivery charge and $50 just for this bit.
I
feel like I have to fuck somebody irresponsibly first.
Let me go wake my roommate up.
So I just Googled, has anyone ever snorted Plan B? And the first article to pop up says, any other dudes into snorting Plan B morning after pill. So I guess
Why a dude smart? What?
and
It's
then
a thing.
And then on Reddit, are birth control pills still effective if snorted?
Wow.
Hey, that's important to know.
Wait, there's a Facebook page called Snorting Plan B.
Wow. Look at that.
Wow, I'm not even an innovator. Fuck.
Right, yeah.
Wait, snorting lines of Plan B. I want to know if it works though. That's the question. So if you snort a pill instead of swallowing it, what percentage actually, okay, let's see what this one says. So if you snort a
curious.
pill instead of swallowing it, what percentage actually gets into your system? And someone said really depends upon the drug. Some drugs are too basic or acidic to be snorted, and some drugs need such a high dose that you can't snort all of it at once. The reason insufflation is done is because some drugs can travel up the olfactory nerves directly into the brain, but it is generally a very bad idea.
All right, that's fair.
I still say there's only one way to find out.
Well, someone else said you should never snort a drug that was originally meant to be taken orally due to governmental support and pharmaceutical innovation. Most addictive. So whatever.
Yeah.
This guy does. He's just preaching now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All I hear is square.
Yeah. I had to
that's
stop
what I
reading
heard
it.
there,
I had
yeah.
to stop reading it. I was like, oh, never mind.
Because no, I'm like we're
They're
done.
meant to be swallowed. I'm like, yeah, well, no one said the cocaine wasn't meant to be put up your butt either, and it still works.
The problem is, like, we won't really know if the plan B is effective. I mean, you might be risking...
Unless you get pregnant.
Right. Like,
Well, then you're going to pay for my abortion as well. Are you ready for that?
And I don't know. Are we begging?
Wait, who's knocking me up first?
I'm like,
Where are we starting?
If I'm paying for the abortion, I have to insert. So, like... I'm not just paying for some other dude's abortion.
That's fair.
But
fair.
that's an interesting thing though. If the girl's a party girl, I feel like, because cocaine, I feel like she would notice if it wasn't doing anything.
Maybe mix Plan B with cocaine.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You could just mix it in the
together,
bag and
yeah.
be like, "That's for her to snort. Nobody touch this."
Right.
Either that or just give
I was
her
gonna say, or she should be really wasted at that point. And be like, "Here, this will sober you up," and then
Right.
she'll do a line. I didn't do anything. Here, do another one.
Or just tell her like it's a pill of Molly or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
yeah.
Molly burns your nose.
I've never snorted Molly. I've only
It burns
just
your
taken it.
nose. Like you can tell if you're snorting Molly because then you're like, okay, that burns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I would know.
Right. So you've been told.
So I've been told.
So I've been told.
Allegedly, that may be how it works.
I'm not lying. I rolled Molly on Friday and it was fucking awesome. So
So we met. You were rolling.
yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of amazed you were not very touchy-feely.
Oh, did you not notice me following Nadir around like a little puppy? Because he was the only other person rolling with me. So
Oh, he was rolling too?
It was just Nadir and I were the only ones. So every time he would leave a room, I would follow him and like make sure he was like very, very close to me at all times. I'm like, don't. And I'd whisper in his ear, I'm like, don't leave me.
I guess I was too busy drinking.
Yeah, and you don't want to mix alcohol with fucking...
No, I was just... Literally, I kind of was pulled in court out on the back patio, like just smoking a cigar, just drinking.
I was
Wait, so
running
you've
his
never
errands.
snorted Molly, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sylvia totally ran errands for me. She actually gave me shit tonight, like, oh, you were outside smoking?
I got your food for you. I got you a drink. I got something else for you. I can't even remember. Like I made a plate for him because he was outside smoking and couldn't go in. So
Yeah, she gave me shit tonight when she rolled in, like, you're outside smoking? Who was running your errands for you?
Who did all your things for you? Who did you have as your bitch boy? Because that was me the other night.
I deeply appreciate it.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I was high. I would look to be running around. What else can I do? What else?
It all worked out.
Right. Just following Nadir around, petting him.
Oh, it was a fun party. I was bummed I had to bail at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, I think I passed out somewhere around there. I think I passed out around like 4-ish. They stayed up. I'm not a stay up all nighter. I can't do it. I am like, I gotta crash. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what drug you give me. Like my body's like, it's sleep time. And I'm like, yes, you have crash.
I'm the same way though. Like I can party, and then at some point I'm like, and then everyone else will be like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, good night.
Yeah, yeah. Once I'm done, I'm done. I've even like done a line of cocaine and then be like, okay, guys, good night. My body just shuts down. That's all there is to it.
Your body's like, it's time. It's that
It's time for bed.
Yeah. So true.
I wouldn't know. All I do is drink, and that definitely leads to me being unconscious places.
You've never done cocaine before,
sure.
have you?
I played the fifth.
Wow. Dun, dun, dun.
I played the fifth on that.
That's guilty. That's guilty.
I'm choosing not to self-incriminate. Because I occasionally still have big boy jobs that I have to not admit to shit on.
Right.
So this may get lost in post too.
Yeah.
I forget that other people have like real things to do in their lives. Like I have no one to answer to. Like I could say I couldn't say I murdered somebody, but I didn't. But I could say just about anything.
The night young.
It'd be okay.
The night young, not it.
Yeah.
Not it.
Right. I'm not into murdering per se.
Per se.
Although last night I did have a fantasy of cutting a guy's Achilles tendons so I could rip out his tongue because he's really tall and I knew I couldn't hit him, like even if I wanted to jump. And so I thought if I sliced his Achilles tendon, he'd be knocked to the ground. I could rip his tongue out.
Not it. Once again, not it.
But that was it. That wasn't murder. That was
Yeah,
just
this podcast wouldn't be very entertaining if I'm like, oh, no.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to translate everything that Silvia is saying right now. We're going to put him off mic because
It'd be like doing a podcast with a deer.
like the deer, this is audio only. I can't put subtitles.
Right?
Yeah, when we have Nadir on it will be the first video podcast because we'll subtitle it.
There you
I've actually
go.
had to edit videos before where I had to put subtitle. I'm like, no one's going to understand what I'm not with the deer specifically. I mean, like in general with other people. Where I'm
Right.
like, can't understand a single thing. Let me just play that back and then type it out.
That's awesome. I'm ready for another drink if we're pouring.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll pause real quick.
Are we pausing?
We can pause.
Pause for station identification.
Yes. This episode of End. Now we. Yeah, anyways, yeah. All right, we're back from break.
Yes.
Sylvia had to have a smoky treat. We had to refill the beverages.
But we're back.
We're
We are.
We're
That's
talking
all that
drugs,
matters.
Exactly.
snorting Plan B, whether or not that's going to work.
I mean, the thing about it is, I would try it, but I'm actually kind of convinced I shoot blanks.
Oh, are you?
Okay, you know what?
I've never had a pregnancy scare. Never once.
I never had a pregnancy scare, not once, and I thought I was incapable of having children, and then I got pregnant.
As we've talked about before, your 7-year-old could have been making us drinks right now.
Oh my god. True.
I mean, I would have taught that little bastard how to fucking mix some shit
Oh,
up.
for fuck's sake.
But no, I've never once had a pregnancy scare. And, I may have
But
finished
I'm just saying, be careful, because I thought that I was incapable of having children of all. Come on, dude.
Well, and this is why I fuck around with women that are smaller than me.
And not to mention,
so I can throw them right down the stairs.
Not to mention, for the ladies listening and the gentlemen that want to be careful with their ladies, not only did I think, and it wasn't like I was being careless, I had a boyfriend that I was seriously in a relationship with for 5 years, and he never once came inside me. I mean, in the beginning, and then he just didn't, I was like, I don't want to get you pregnant, whatever. So when I did get pregnant, that was all he did the pull-out method and everything, and I still got pregnant. So, ladies, get on birth control.
For sure.
Guys, keep that Plan B handy.
Yeah.
Right? Crush it up, put it wherever you need to.
Put it in her yogurt in the next morning, make her breakfast in bed.
Right.
Plan B suppository if need be.
See, I
Go
feel
for
like
it.
you could shove it up her ass, because if you can shove Molly and or ecstasy and or anything else up your asshole, why not fucking
Gotta get
Plan
the
B?
bloodstream.
It's not like you're crushing it like all these fuck sticks that we're talking about. How I don't think you should swallow. I mean, snort something that should be swallowed. I think maybe sticking up the butt might be even better than snorting it.
Quick disclaimer. And Now We Drink is not responsible for anyone who improperly takes Plan B and suffers any medical repercussions from it. Please
Or gets
consult.
pregnant. Hey.
Right.
Please consult
We are not
your-
responsible.
Not responsible. Please consult your physician before you take Plan B or your pharmacist. That's my legal disclaimer. Carl, the party lawyer, please handle any actual legalese on this. So, as long as we're on pregnancy scares, do you ever have any pregnancy scares?
Not specifically, no. I've taken a lot of Plan B, but I've never actually pissed on a stick that turned up positive. I never had to. I've taken friends to have their abortions back in the day, and I would still probably drive myself to one at this point, just because I don't think I owe that to the world. I think
Are you
it's
on
better off.
birth control at all?
Yeah.
What
absolutely.
kind?
Oh
If you don't
God,
mind
I don't even know.
I mean, is it pills?
Yeah,
Is it-
pill. A pill.
Oh, you're on a pill. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cruz is on the IED.
I have IUD. I haven't had a period in 7 years.
I don't have a period on my pill. Yeah.
I just called it an IED. Whoops.
What?
I just called it an IED instead
You
of
said
an IED.
IUD? Yeah, I want to blow myself up right
Right.
now.
You're blowing up them fetuses.
It's what I think that's what. Yeah, it wouldn't be funny. That's what it's doing in there. It's
Yeah.
killing all the sperm from
Yeah.
hitting the uterus.
Yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious.
And I still am a firm believer in the pull-out method. I don't do cream pies.
See, I love cream pies, but my
They terrify me.
no, I
me.
love it. Fucking love it.
Oh, I love the feeling of it. Yeah, but
But
I'm
no,
just too
I get your
scared.
fear.
Yeah,
I get your fear. Me,
Yeah.
I've 7 years of being on this birth control, and I haven't had any scares. Knock on wood.
right.
Just hit me in the head. It's cool.
Yeah.
So Cruz is the only person at the table who's had a pregnancy scare.
Yeah, not even a scare. Well, I guess it is a scare because I did get pregnant.
Yeah, that's scary.
And you were
That's
scared.
fucking
And you were
scary.
scared. Right. Yeah. But happy now, so that's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, yep, I think I may shoot blanks. But I never want kids, so that's awesome.
Right.
No, I don't want kids either. So
Yeah. Same boat.
High five to no kids.
High five. No kids.
There's enough fucking humans on the planet anyways.
God.
I mean, I could pick one up at a fucking shelter if I really wanted one.
Oh my God.
I have 12 nieces and nephews. That's enough.
Jesus.
Holy
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
So, like, big family?
My mother married into like a very religious family, and so they are like anti-birth control. They all like homeschool their kids, so I'm not allowed to be around my nieces and nephews, I will tell you, because they're so Jesus oriented, and I'm a whore.
Hey, Jesus loved whores. Jesus hung out with dudes and whores. That's all he did.
Right, but they're just very much into the more children, the better. So,
See, I don't know if I probably did mention this on the podcast before, but I dated a guy many years ago when I was like in college who he's from Wisconsin actually, and the only reason why I'm mentioning this fact is because I met somebody else that was in a very similar boat, and I'm like, what is this? Is this like a Wisconsin thing or something? My ex, he was the oldest of like 14 kids. All the kids, same parents, and the youngest was like an infant child. So he was like 23 when his youngest sibling was born. And we're going to Wisconsin meeting his parents, and I'm like, holy shit, like same parents. Like, you know, sometimes you meet people and they're like, oh yeah, I have like 2 brothers, half sister, or whatever, you know what I mean? But no, he's got like 13 siblings, same parents. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, they're Christian, all that shit.
of course.
Fast forward, this was back in 2002 when I met my ex's family and shit. Fast forward to getting into porn, like 2008-ish or something, you know, so, you know, like 10 years ago, something like that. I meet this porn chick, and she's from Wisconsin, and I don't remember how it came up in conversation, but she was talking about how, like, yeah, I'm the middle child of, like, 16 kids or whatever, something ridiculous. And I'm like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, same parents, 16 kids. She was like, yeah. I'm like, where are you from? And then I found out she was from Wisconsin. I'm like, is this like a Wisconsin thing? Like,
They don't believe in birth control.
are you guys just bored out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, all they have is cow tipping and fucking.
Well, like we were saying before, Jesus is in charge of everything. Jesus will tell you what's going to happen in your life, and no birth control. So whenever you turn out pregnant, that's the next baby.
If
that
Jesus
you have,
didn't want you to have that kid, he'd
It's
just cause
so
you a
nuts, though.
miscarriage.
Can you imagine being a woman having 16 kids?
No, I cannot. No.
16 fucking kids.
No.
With the same man.
No.
I'd kill myself after 2.
No.
Like, I'd take out a decent life insurance policy so they'd be set, but I'd kill myself after 2.
Right.
One of my oldest friends has 4, and I'm like, dude, why?
Why?
Why did you do this to yourself?
Right.
And I feel so bad for him because he has 3 daughters.
Oh God. Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God. Oh God.
And they're going to be a fucking nightmare because he's like 6'3" and like rail thin dude. So like he's going to have like tall blonde daughters.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Little thin runway models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of his kids in person in probably about 4 years, but they were prima donnas then.
Oh my
No,
God.
That's rough. I'm sorry for my parents going through me being a teenager. Like, I was a horrific teenager. Even though I was a good kid, like, I was still like running away all the time and, you know, punching holes in walls and saying all sorts of horrific things to my parents. And I called Child Protective Services on my mother when I was like 12.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I was a rancid child. I was horrendous. But that's just because I was 15 and full of emotions and like nobody loves me and like
Do you have any
torment the
siblings?
world. I have an older brother. I have
Okay.
one real older brother. But he was like super good at everything. So it was like he was like the prize possession, and my mom was always really kept up on the fact that I was pretty. So she was like, but you're beautiful. You're so pretty, and your brother's so smart and talented, but you're pretty. You know?
That's all you have to offer the world. You're pretty.
Right. And I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with pretty? You know, like this shit's going to wear out. Like, what do I do then? Porn.
Well,
you do porn then. That's what
You take advantage of it while you can is what you do.
Right.
I really wish my parents had instilled in me, like, be as attractive as humanly possible at all times. Because honestly, it just opens doors.
Right.
Like, if I were to ever have kids, be like, no. Never go out in public without looking the best you possibly can. Because people will just give you free shit.
Right. So true.
They will. I mean, if you're a good-looking dude or a good-looking woman, people just want to hand you shit if you're pretty.
No,
Right.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's very true. It's just that's how it is.
It's our society for sure.
Like, so I think I mentioned this on the air, maybe not, working in nightlife, right? I remembered, I don't usually work the door. I usually work, in bottle service and stuff. And this one girl, called in sick. So I was like, I'll fill in for her, whatever. So, it was my first time working the door and seeing like all these people lining up, coming in and all that. And I remembered one of the other girls comes up to me. God, I don't even know if I should be saying this on the air.
It's a little late now.
But Vegas is like this, so I should give zero fucks because in Vegas they will not. If you're in a group and a lot of the girls are like beneath a 6,
right?
They'll fucking make you wait. They're like, we're not letting you in this fucking club. Like you need to be a 10 and whatever.
If you have a penis, you're just not getting in.
Oh hell yeah! So
unless you have money wrapped around.
Well, no, if you're willing to buy a table, yeah, you're right in.
Right.
So I'm working the door, and one of the girls that I'm working with hands me this like ticket and tells me it was just 2 chicks, right? It wasn't like a group. It was just 2 girls. So imagine being the other girl, right? She whispers to me, "Hey, so this first girl in front of you, she gets in for free. Her friend has to pay because she's not pretty enough." And I just started laughing because I was like, because it would be one thing if it was like, if there was like 5 of them and they're like, "Oh, we can only get, you in for free, but the rest have to pay," type shit. But can you imagine being the girl, the other half of this group of 2 that's
Who
like,
has to pay?
"Oh, you get to come in for free, but you have to pay."
Ouch.
Like, dude, bruise the ego much. Holy
Yeah.
shit. But it was true. She was like, "I'm sorry, it's just the way it has to be."
Well, at that point, you got to figure out the math. It's like, okay, do I pay club admission every weekend or do I pay for plastic surgery? What's cheaper in the long run?
Honestly, I tell every girl who's contemplating getting her boobs done, I'm like, do it. I'm like, it's the best decision I ever made in my life. It's paid for itself 10 times over.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, when did you get your boobs done?
When I was 26. I bought them for myself for my 26th birthday.
So it wasn't even like when you were in porn.
No,
because
way
a
before
lot of girls
porn.
won't do it until they're in porn or been in porn.
Honestly,
for a while.
I had no boobs. I was all nipple. I had awful teardrop boobs. I was disgusted with my tits. I didn't have sex with my shirt off until after I got my boobs done. And I was engaged to somebody. So I was with a man for 4 years and I still never had sex with my shirt off because I was so embarrassed.
That man's a saint.
Honestly, we're still best friends. He's still someone I call.
He's still a saint?
monthly
Cool.
basis. Yeah, he's an awesome person. We just, different life paths. But
Yeah.
But it boosts my self-confidence 10 times fold.
sure.
I mean, paid for vacations. I mean, it just, the best decision I ever made. Yeah, I say it a million times over. I'm just waiting for them to perfect the ass surgery so I can go in for that. That's... But I feel like they have some years before that's...
It's what?
there.
They've been doing breast implants from like the 70s on?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been So long.
So the ass is like within 5 years. So
I feel like that.
they got probably about another 15, 20 before it's really...
I don't know why they're not there yet, especially since asses are all the rage right now. It would be ideal for them to have something good. But even like my friends who are plastic surgeons are like, I do not suggest it. It's
Well, there's a lot of horror stories behind it
Yes,
too.
that's
Like,
exactly it,
There's that
yeah.
one woman who had not just both her legs, but both her arms amputated because she had the implants the injections, I think. She had them
Wait,
put
the
in-
fat injections?
Yeah. So she had injections into her ass, and she said she started feeling weird pain in her bum, and was like, okay. And I think it happened. She went in like 2 months or 3 months after, and they were like, in order to save your life, we have to cut off not just both your legs, but both your arms. And if that's not any reason to be like, I'm gonna wait till they actually really perfect this shit.
Holy shit.
That is reason like number 340 something that I'm happy I'm a dude.
Dude.
Like at the end of the day, if someone wants to get naked with me, I'm like, yep, you want to get naked with me? This is awesome. It doesn't matter what my body looks like.
awesome.
Like, you're down to fuck? Cool. Shirt's coming off. Fucking, it's on.
Right. And I think women too forget that a man is just happy to have a naked woman there, and they're not actually thinking of all of our little flaws that we're thinking of when we're naked,
No, ladies, dead serious. If you're willing to get naked with us, we're all about it.
Right.
This is the woman who this is what she looks like now.
Okay.
I'll show you the picture and then I'll
Oh my God.
Yeah, we are happy to be there. If you're willing to get naked, we're happy to be there.
I want to talk to this woman now.
So to give you a rundown on, so she had silicone injections into her ass.
Oh, that's not good.
She was obsessed with butt injections. And then I guess one of the injections started dripping into her leg. And it made it hard for her to stand or sit for too long. So I guess there was another incident where a woman actually died.
Oh, God.
But with this chick, the first sign.
Honestly, I'd rather die than have my legs and arms cut off.
You seriously, and
Right?
even just her legs, her arms, like
Yeah.
she can't do anything
No.
now. So it said that the first sign that something came wrong, she couldn't stop itching. And I remembered hearing about this from people. Like she like had this weird itch where she's like, "What the fuck? It's itching." She was feverishly scratching her ass. And then,
That's a good look.
then finally she started feeling a very throbbing sensation in her posterior. So then she started Googling stuff, and then finally she went to the doctor. And so what ended up happening was she paid a pumper, quote unquote, which is an unlicensed person to inject industrial grade silicone into her butt.
Yeah, that's
And so what ended up what caused it? The silicone hardened.
right. That's a super bad plan. Like silicone breast implants are inside a bag.
Right.
It's not silicone in your chest.
Right,
Like
right.
silicone should not just be floating around in you.
Right. That's so scary.
So yeah, man.
As I'm feeling my silicone bubble that I think has dropped too far. I know my boobs are time. They're time. They're old. They're old for boobs.
They look fine.
Boobs though.
Your boobs look
don't
fine.
You have to
Don't-
Don't you have to get them redone after a certain amount of time?
You're supposed
anyways?
to 7 to 10 years,
That's
and
what I
I'm at
thought.
7 right now.
Okay.
Your boobs look fine.
Yeah, thank
The
you.
male opinion.
Yeah,
Your boobs look fine.
thank you. But I've noticed the fall. I've noticed it for sure. Because they used to be, when they first got done, they were right here.
Yeah, but that's not a natural look. That's
No.
not a good look.
No, it's not natural. No.
But it's not a good look to have your boobs up here. Like
Right.
for the audience at home, we're talking about at shoulder level.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah.
Like, unless you're rocking a push-up bra, your boobs should never be that high.
Right. Or the new little bra that they show the little cleavage bringer together. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait,
It's
Oh,
like
those-
that.
the
the
cups.
stupid fun.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
sick and tired of seeing that on my feed.
Yes.
But yeah, it's the little
Yes.
sticky ones that stick to
Yes,
your tits, and
and
it has
you
a little
pull it
string,
together. Yeah.
pull it together, and then all of a sudden,
First off, it's never going to stick on huge boobs. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
not going to stay there all night. There's no way.
Well, for me, it's as a dude, I'm like, how do I take that off? Do I just punk?
Yeah, well, that's just it. It's going to come off because if she sweats throughout the course of the night,
I was
it's
gonna say
gonna
the way it
fall
looks like,
off.
because I've never actually held one, but it looks like the same kind of stickiness that you would get from those little
I know
Like
you know
what
those
you're
little
pasties?
things that the little pasty thingies that
I
you
know
put
what
in
you're
your
talking
bra,
about.
like if you're you know what I'm talking about, where you
Yes.
don't want to show nipples, you're like, oh, let me
Yes.
just slip that in there. And I've used those before, and those, you're right, when you sweat, you're
They
like,
fall
well,
off.
it's not gonna stick anymore.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So
Yeah, I've used those too.
someone actually wrote, okay, every time I see that on my feed, it's always like a positive, like, oh, look at this, there's
Right.
even some porn chicks that are like doing it, like, oh, look, it's perfect. Da, da, da. I saw a funny video of a chick on Facebook who finally wrote a negative review. And it was
Good.
like, okay, so she started off the video talking about how showing like the commercials that they keep putting out for it and
Right.
stuff, the advertisements and whatnot. And she was like, okay, so I got mine in the mail, so let's see how it looks. And then she puts it on, and this girl, she like has like an A cup kind
Okay.
of boob, A, maybe small B,
Okay.
And she does it, and it's like not working the way it's supposed to, and she's just like, what the fuck? And she's looking in the mirror, and she's like, I still look like a boy. Like, this is not doing anything. And I was like, I think that's like, how they do the real reviews versus
Yes.
real, like
Yes.
what it's really like versus
The paid actors who are being paid to show you
Yeah.
how awesome it
Yeah.
looks. Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
Yeah, I would like to buy one myself just to see.
Just to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'd be perfect for those dresses that you need it for.
Throw it on the wish list. Someone will buy it.
But yeah. There's
There
so
you
many
go.
different styles and
But see, that's
brands
just
now.
it. You wouldn't be able to find that on Amazon because it's a direct buy through one of those little links.
Well, put it out on
Maybe.
social media.
Let
Some
me
dude will
see.
buy it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
If you wish it, some dude will buy it. It's
you
just
go.
it's how it
What is
works.
that bra called anyway?
I don't even fucking.
I mean, I could go through my Instagram and I'm sure like 5 girls are trying them on right now.
Right.
Because I may follow a handful of Instagram models. 'cause
Models.
They do have it on
They do on Amazon?
And the funniest part about it is Amazon Prime. The cheapest I've seen. Okay, so the ones that have good ratings. There's one for 4.5 star ratings out of 429 reviews. $14.99 on Amazon Prime.
All right.
Dudes, you can get off cheap when you buy them.
Yeah, right
Yeah. All right. I'll put it on my Amazon. I'll see how it works.
You got to come back and tell us.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I can do it.
Inquiring minds have to know.
I have very far set apart titties too, so it would be helpful for me if we could do it. If it works, it would be helpful.
For the audience at home, Sylvia's pushing her breasts together.
Right, right,
Like, this only really benefits me and Annie.
right.
And Cruz is just in her phone, so really it's just for me.
No,
right?
my boss is texting me. Sorry, I was trying to, like, I would not be on my phone otherwise. She's texting me right
Way to
now.
ruin the bit. Wait.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cut that out. Just cut that out. Cut that out.
Oh, good thing I do the editing. So where the fuck were we?
We were talking about bras, and then you
Bras.
were talking about
I was talking about bras and Sylvia were pushing her boobs together.
And then he lost translation. That's fine.
Yep.
It happens.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought to boobs. Heterosexual male problems.
I was going to say, welcome to being a man. I think that's what you guys do.
It is. I have 36 years of being a dude, so
Right.
I'm pretty sure I got it down by now.
Right.
Maybe.
No, I've learned to like appreciate the breast, but I still don't understand what it is in a man's brain that gets him so wired up over it. I don't understand.
Wait, are you
the,
talking about
like-
boobs?
Yeah. Do you understand it? Do you understand where they like get in their head and they're like, oh my God, tits. Because I just, in my head, I'm like, I mean, boobs are pretty. I just don't feel like they're very
I don't know. Whenever I
aesthetically-
see a chick, probably because I'm kind of gay though. Sometimes when I see a chick walking in a room with like her fucking tits just like out there, I can't help but be like, God damn.
Well, I can't help but
You know?
stare. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But I do kind of get your point though, because there are some guys where like they're just like
Dicks hit hard.
they're
instantly.
like I don't know how to describe it. Like just like
An infatuation.
hello, waving your hand in
Yeah.
their face, woohoo, and they're just
Yeah.
like, hold on a second, I'm so hypnotized by this
Right.
round. I don't know. Do you think maybe it has to do with like, when they were an infant sucking on their mom? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That may be accurate. That may
It
be
does.
accurate.
It does. It stems. I'm telling you, it's got to stem from it. It
Right?
has to.
It has to.
It has to.
It has to.
They're like, that's my provider.
I need some milk, mommy. Mama.
Women, I feel like we distance ourselves from our mothers and go closer to our fathers, as to where men, they distance themselves from their fathers and go closer to
Well,
Maybe
so
that's my problem because I have such daddy issues. I'm not
you?
close, I'm not close to my I mean, my parents are still married.
Right.
They've been married 34 years as of last month.
Nice.
But and we have a better relationship now, but growing up, I was always close to my mother.
Yeah.
She was the one that wore the pants. She was the one, when I went to prom, my mom was the one that was there. I never had
Right.
like my dad was there because obviously they're still married to this day, but he never really was
Supportive.
like the type of father figure you would think he would be, in situations
Right.
like that, like
Right.
it was always my mom. My mom was like the mother and father, if that makes any sense.
It does, yeah.
And I just don't really have that close of relationship with my dad. So
Right.
maybe that's why I'm weird.
I'm weird as
I'm
fuck
like,
too, and
"Mommy,
and
I'm
my
such a mama's
dad.
bitch. I'm
Oh, my
such a
dad
mama's
and I are
bitch."
best friends, and my mom, we speak. We do very cordially now, but because she's super religious and super like,
Yeah,
I'm Filipino, so I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
But my whole family knows what I did from, the Latin when I
Right.
was in the business and
Right.
stuff like that. And they surprisingly supported me. A lot of people were
Right.
shocked because they were like, aren't you Catholic? And stuff like that. But no, they totally fucking supported me.
well, obviously, you could just repent on your deathbed.
But with my mom, like, when I was old enough to understand stuff, I guess is the way I should put it.
Right.
She didn't, like, I used to go to church, when I was a kid, because I'm a
Right.
kid, whatever.
Right. So did I, yeah.
And then when I got older, my mom never really shoved it down my throat. She was like, if you don't want to go, don't go. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
thank you.
right, right.
But, yeah.
So back to the boobs thing real
No,
quick.
I was going to ask you that, actually. So what is it about boobs
Well, so,
that make you just hypnotically lose yourself?
Right.
So I read an article, or was told an article somewhere at some point, that part of the male attraction to breasts is if you have an ample bosom, biologically we go, you would be a good provider for my offspring.
Ah, okay.
Apparently
right.
that aroused Cruz so much she's dropping shit.
I'm quivering all over.
I can see that, I guess.
It's like a biological imperative, because honestly, if you look at a human body at just like a purely intellectual level, neither gender's really all that hot. Like lumps of fat.
I guess that kind of makes sense because you see a dude and it's like not the same.
Right. Well,
obviously.
if you see a dude, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm there. I'm hairy. I got a penis. Like,
But what about ass though?
not into dude ass. Like, but
I'm into dude ass.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, but I'm into pounding
Me too.
dude
Because
ass.
okay, you know what's
Oh,
funny
you're
with
into
me?
pegging, bro?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm huge
Wait, what
into
did you say?
pegging. I'm huge into pegging. It's
Oh
like
yeah, me
one of my
too, me
favorite.
too. I love pegging.
Yes.
My man will never let me fucking do it. Just for the record, he would hate if I didn't like put that disclaimer out there.
So what is it about pegging that you two are into?
It's a total power control dominance
For
thing,
sure.
especially if they're into it. It's
so
fucking
hot.
amazing. Yeah,
Oh
man.
my
And that's
God.
what it's funny because we both said power. It's what it is. It's what it is.
Yes.
But
But it's hot if he enjoys it.
That's what anal really is for me too. Like, I'm not super into anal, but
we talked about this. Yeah, it's more of a power thing.
it's more of a power thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, I can do this to you.
Yeah, I don't ever want to feel like I'm like raping a man and putting him in
unless
uncomfortable.
he's into that whole role play.
Right, but if he's into me
Yeah.
sucking him in the ass, I'm so
Yeah.
into it.
Oh, for sure,
Like,
for sure.
I'm like,
So is it a deal breaker for you for a dude not to let you fuck him in the ass?
no.
No, it's just more like a plus. Like,
Well, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
It could be for some people. I'm sure it is a deal breaker. Like, you won't let me peg you, I'm out.
I mean, if you won't even
oh
let
yeah, you know who's like that? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
Aiden
good.
Starr.
Who? What?
Aiden Starr. She's been in the business.
Oh,
for quite
she's
some
a, that's her deal breaker?
She's a dominatrix. And so her
okay.
deal breaker is because like we would talk about dudes that she's kind of seeing or
Yeah.
whatever, and she'd be like, he's hot, you know, he's got a nice big dick, whatever, da da da. But he won't let me fuck him in the ass.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I'm kind of that way if he won't even let me put a finger in his ass. If he's just so closed to anything, I'm like, well, you and I sexually won't get along because I
Right.
need you to explore things with me. And if you're right away like, no. And I'm like, okay, sweetie, just let me give you a blowjob and pop it in there. You know, like you won't even notice. You're going to come so hard. It's going to be amazing. But if they can't even get past that point, I'm like, this probably isn't going to happen.
So-
'Cause we're not going to be openly compatible.
Is it a deal breaker if he lets you try and he's not into it?
He's not going to be not into it if he lets me try it.
you know that's true though. Every guy that
Be
like allowed me
honest.
to explore back there, if they had quote unquote never done it before or whatever, whether or not
They're
it's true,
into it.
they're totally into
Yes,
it. They're
that's what I'm saying.
Because the male G spot,
It's right there.
prostate, ladies and gentlemen. When you stimulate that shit, it makes the male orgasm that much more intense.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. Still have my anal cherry.
What? Oh, Lord.
Get him drunk enough. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
That happened on a previous edition of the show that they tried to get me drunk enough. Like, I dropped trow and Cleo Valentine wanted to stick a finger in my asshole on air.
I'm just saying.
Wait, why do I feel like I knew about this? I think I knew about this.
This was definitely talked about at some point.
Since I have gotten as comfortable with my ass as I have through porn, like, and I absolutely love anal. I'm one of the chicks where you get on set and they're like, do you like anal or tolerate it? And I'm like, love it. I'm like, do it.
Me, I was notorious for like, oh, this is a blowjob scene. Next thing I know, the dick's in my
Anal.
asshole.
Right.
They're like, watch out, Cruz is on set. We're gonna be here a while.
You're right. Yeah, I'm like, I love it, so I think you should love it. I just
Yeah.
want you to be happy sexually.
yeah.
You know, like that's my whole
well,
thing.
that's the important part.
But
That's
also
definitely the
speaking of
important part.
asses, though, like I notice asses on chicks just as much as I do on dudes. But see,
Right.
my whole thing with dudes is like when I notice an ass on a dude. I don't instantly think, ooh, pegging. For me, it's more like, that dude squats.
Yeah, and I can grab it, and I want to grab
I'm like,
it.
that thing's probably nice and rock hard.
Yeah.
I can grab that shit.
Yeah, I think that too.
And then I'm like, and then I can fuck you in the ass.
but then when I'm down there giving a blowjob, I check out the asshole because I don't want to lick all assholes. I'll just say that.
No, nobody. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, if I like you and everything's a-okay down there, I
Right.
will do it.
You got to have a pretty butthole for me to want to put
Not
things
all
in it.
assholes are created equal.
No, they're not.
Actually, they are not.
I know.
I once had sex with a girl who this was in a scene where she was kind of like in a squatting position, and I looked up at her ass, and I swear to God.
She's getting sweaty.
I'm gonna
Cruz, are you
thinking about
traumatized
it.
by this asshole? Like, what the hell?
describe it for you right now. You know when you chew gum and then there's like you stick it somewhere and there's already like 5 pieces of gum already stuck there and you just add a piece of gum.
Yes.
That's what her butthole looked like.
Oh,
it looked like a bunch of gum, chewed up gum, kind of like all in a mush
I feel like
together.
you need to see a doctor about that. That might be cancer.
No, so what happened was
cauliflower ass?
She like yeah, but I mean
Her asshole was in an MMA fight? What the hell?
Right.
No, seriously though. I mean, it wasn't like to that extent. We were like, "There's something fucked up." It was her pleats were just so swollen.
Yeah,
because she was doing a lot of anal. She didn't
scenes.
like anal though. See, and me, it was funny. I remember doing a scene with this one porn actor who he's German, Sasha. So he like made a comment when because it was an anal scene. And we like cut for a minute, and he was like, I can't even do the German accent right now. Anyways, I'm not even gonna try. He, in his very thick accent, he was talking about how like, for as much dick that you take in your asshole, it still looks pretty. And I was like, oh, thanks, dude.
Says you relax and enjoy it. Yeah,
and I did, and that's the thing. So like with this chick, I was like, what the fuck? But I knew it was up because so I didn't like freak out about it. But it did. I was like, if my ass looked like that, I'd be like, can someone give me some preparation H or something?
Some Epsom salt, soak that shit.
Yeah, sit in a fucking cold bath. What is it? Cold, hot? I don't even know. Cold? I think cold.
Oh, I do hot Epsom salt baths.
Okay.
Yeah.
My anal cherry's intact. I don't know.
Well, we can work on that. I'm just saying.
Oh, yet another guest who wants in my asshole. God damn it.
Hey.
I just think for your benefit, you should
Well,
know.
if I'm going to pay for your abortion, I guess I should let you in my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's how this night's going.
I'm just saying.
All right, folks. Well, we'll report back next week on how that goes. So I have to see if we can Postmates Plan B.
Oh my God. Wait, can we?
Let's find out.
I'm
gonna
sure
go on
you
Postmates
can.
right fucking now. Because
I'm a Postmates advocate. I Postmates everything because I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm not really a lazy piece of shit, but I don't drink and drive. So when I'm drinking, I become a lazy piece of shit because I order everything too.
Well, and if you're drinking, you definitely need Plan B.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's when those kind of accidents happen.
Because there is a CV. You can do CVS on
Oh, I know. You can do CVS and Walgreens.
Yeah, anything. Gas stations.
Let me
People were
just-
amazed I got cigarettes the other night on Postmates.
You can do anything on Postmates.
Yeah.
That's what's wonderful about it. Okay, I'm at CVS. Baby and child. I like how that's one of the.
Please tell me you can get it. Please tell me.
Diet and nutrition. Let's try a different CVS. Let's do this one. That has the little
I'm convinced.
I want to know for certain.
I'm convinced though.
Well, I mean, I need to know because,
It's over the counter. It's
no, it
gotta
is,
be.
but I need to know because, I've been known to nut in people before, so.
You could put custom item Plan B.
But Plan B is usually next day. So, because when you're drunk is when you make the bad decisions, and the next morning you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what do we do? I've got to get a Plan B. Like that's.
Well, that's why you have the Postmates already brought to you. Be like, hey, girl, I
had it the night before, prepared. I got it. Because you knew you were going to be a horrible person the night before. See,
Right.
I don't typically know when I'm going to be a horrible person. It just happens.
I just assume I'm going to be a horrible person. If I woke up and like, oh shit, I used a condom. I was a good dude tonight. What the hell?
No, I always assume I'm like a class A citizen. Like sometimes I forget, like I'm like to the world, I'm a piece of shit citizen. And I forget that sometimes because I'm like, I'm a good person. And the world's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, oh, right.
I mean, real talk, I only consensually finish in other people. Like,
Consensually.
consensually.
yeah, I only consensually finish in people.
That's nice. That's nice of you.
It's rude to just come inside someone when they're like, what the fuck?
But a lot of men do.
Especially if they bust a nut in 2.2 seconds and then they freak out and don't know what to do and then they run out and then you're like, what the fuck? Why did he?
Well,
run
then
out?
he's definitely not ordering
Then
a Plan
you're
B.
like, you go to the bathroom and you're like, what's dripping from my pussy? Oh my God, that motherfucker came in me.
Oh my God, that'd be so awkward if like dude ran out and then Postmates showed up with the Plan B.
Actually, that would
You're
be
giving
awesome.
guys horrible ideas right now. Horrible.
That's what I'm here to
See,
do.
but she goes, that's a horrible idea. And I go, that's awesome.
No, I'm saying like if a dude runs off and then all of a sudden a fucking Postmate shows up with Plan B. Like,
I'm
here you
just
go,
happy
bitch.
he ordered the Postmates at this
Honestly, that should be a comedy sketch.
There you go. Actually, that should be a comedy sketch.
point. There you go.
So something we got to lose in post before someone steals it.
Yeah. I'm doing a bunch of those. I'll have to put that down on the.
There you
We'll
go.
give you
Note
some
that
fucking
down.
writing credit on that shit.
Of course.
There you go.
I'm trying to think of like I've ever unconsensually come in someone. I'm sure I probably have.
It doesn't work like that for our cum, so we can't really explain those stories for you.
Well, I'm sure I have.
First time you squirt, though, did you think it was unconsensual piss?
Oh, the first time I did it, I was drunk off my ass and I totally thought I was pissing.
Yeah, for sure. Me
and then
too.
the guy luckily knew what happened, and then I fucking realized what had happened, and then it took me a while.
The first time I squirt, he was like, "Oh, that's so hot," blah 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 blah, and he went to the bathroom to clean up when we were done, and I'm like smelling. I'm like on my like smelling sheets, like is that urine? Like so like, oh my God, I just pissed all over this guy and he has no idea. But of course you're smelling the sheets. I'm like, it doesn't smell like piss.
Yeah.
Like,
if it smells like pee, then you know that you
right.
peed. And if it doesn't, you didn't.
Right.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, that reminds me. That was actually the first time I was with the squirter. Was actually the first time I unintentionally came on someone.
Wait, it happened at the same time?
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean,
Or not the same time, but the same person?
the condom broke. So like we're banging and we were banging away and like banging away. I was a little drunk. Like I have problems finishing when I'm drunk.
Don't we all? I think everyone does.
Some people
Yeah, when you're
won't.
drunk, when you're a girl and you're drunk, you're dehydrated.
I know,
you're like,
it's
I need some
impossible.
lube. Like,
Well,
fuck.
some dudes can't get it up when they're drunk. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whiskey.
I almost never have problems getting it up when I'm drunk. It's just finishing.
Yeah.
So, like, she fucking squirts, like, I feel like splash against my balls. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck was that? Because I'm 20 at the time. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck was that? And then, like, I finish. I get to go to the bathroom and, like, go pull the condom off, and it's just a ring around the base of my dick.
Aww.
I'm like,
Good job for wearing your headband all night.
Now, but did you tell her that like shit the condom broke?
oh, yeah, no, because I freaked out.
Yeah,
Because this is a point in my life where, like, I only
Yeah,
had
you're
protected.
20, yeah.
I'm 20, and, like, you know, I went to high school in the 90s where, like, you have unprotected sex, you will get AIDS.
You have
you will
AIDS.
die.
Right,
You will
yeah,
die.
yeah.
So, like, I honestly didn't even have, like, planned unprotected sex until, like, my mid to late 20s.
Okay.
So at this point, like, I freaked out. Like, kind of freaked out. Like, I came inside you, and, yeah, what's up with the... Oh, I squirt.
And you didn't have Plan B back then.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Actually, that's how her and I ended up in an actual relationship.
Oh,
Really?
you committed to the cum. You're like, I come, I stay, I conquer.
Just in case. you get pregnant.
I liked the girl, and the problem was, like, we kept seeing each other, and then, like, the next time we fucked, the condom broke, too. Like,
God.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
50% of the times, like,
You
the
got to buy bigger condoms. Like,
honestly, I just feel like she dried out too quickly. Like,
oh, that too.
I am an average dude.
Have you
I don't
ever-
need magnums. Like,
Have you ever had a condom get lost inside you?
For sure.
That,
Absolutely.
that happened to me like a lot.
I have thankfully never had that. I've never had a condom come off me.
Yeah. I remembered one drunken night I hooked up with this dude, and the next morning I woke up and I went to go, I think I ended up crashing with him, but then I went home. We didn't have like morning sex or anything because we were like hung the fuck over. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home now, and he just lived down the street from me. This was Trampage 2016. Anyways, so I go to take a shower at home and everything, and I'm very thorough, and I like every time I have hookups, even if I use a condom, I gotta fucking
Right, of course.
do shit
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
clean
yeah.
myself, whatever.
Yeah.
I have my whole routine, and I was like, what the fuck? And I like go all up in it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, girl, at least you found it. I have a horror story from something like that.
No way.
This wasn't a condom, but it was a drunken night where I hooked up with a random stranger and he fucked my tampon into my pussy.
Oh,
That-
God. Wow.
I guess I just forgot I even had a tampon.
But how
in.
drunk was he to not notice?
We were both pretty fucking shit-faced.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk in my life.
But listen, it gets 10 times worse.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
It gets so much worse. So a few days go by and I start to notice an odor, but this is way before porn. This is like when like things with your vagina are embarrassing, you don't want to go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I notice a smell and I'm like, that's weird, but just try to like keep it washed. And a few days later, still an odor. It's getting worse. I'm like, this can't be good. I had no idea what's happening in my body. 2 weeks.
And you weren't cramping weird or anything?
No.
Okay.
2 weeks pass and I'm now like something's got to be wrong. This is before I even knew BV existed. This is like my first sexual problem ever. So I'm like, I have to go to the doctor. I have to make an appointment. Something is seriously wrong. I can't even be in a public restroom without thinking everyone can smell my vagina. You know?
I have a horror story to share with you.
Right. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor is fishing inside there, and he goes, when were you on your period last? And I'm like, weeks ago. And he was like, well, I know what the odor is stemming from. He was like, I can see the string. And he pulls out a tampon that's been in my vagina for 2 fucking weeks. That was the odor. That was the blockage of everything. It had stopped everything. It was rancid, repulsive. He gave me like some fucking antibiotics, obviously, and I was fine in 2 days. But it was like
couldn't you have died from like toxic shock?
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. 2 weeks that was in my fucking vagina.
Some dude almost killed you with his dick.
Yes.
So, you know,
and my drunken stupidity that I didn't remember there was a tampon inside there
crazy.
before someone fucked me.
So now now that you've been doing porn, I'm sure you know the porno trick, right?
Yes. Sponges. Yeah.
So back before, this is when, so we have our testing facilities here, right? Before those facilities even existed, the original OG fucking clinic that we would get tested at was called AIM Healthcare.
Okay.
AIM. And they would have like a doctor there that would, could see you if you needed to see them or whatever.
Right.
And I remembered, because the way they had it set up in their office, the little doctor's room that you, and this is funny because I just talked about the lights and stuff like that, where it doesn't have an actual ceiling or whatever, like there's like an opening, but it's closed. You can't hear anything, but it's still, kind of whatever. And I needed to see, ironically, I went to go see the doctor for birth control, and you have to do a doctor's appointment to get birth control. So I was like, well, I want birth control, so I'm going to have a doctor's appointment. And I remembered, it wasn't until I approached the door that I could smell it. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And there was like this woman, I don't even think she was even she had to have been a performer. I guess she was just like newish or something, because I didn't recognize her at all. She comes out, thanks the doctor and everything, and I'm going in and I'm like, it was funny because they waited a little bit for me to come in. I remember seeing her come out, and they're like, just give me a minute. I'm like, okay.
Because Febreze wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah, not yet.
So then, this was years ago.
Yeah.
So then finally, after 10 minutes or whatever, they're like, you can come in, and I could smell it as I'm approaching the door because of the opening. And I'm like, what the And of course, I was very vocal about it because I'm like, it was the only little room that they had to do their checkups and stuff. There was no other room. So I get in there and I nearly vomited. And the doctor was like, sorry, the girl that was in here, she left a sponge in her pussy.
Yes.
And it was there for it was just a week though, but still same, similar.
Yes.
Thing. She's like, she left it in there and forgot about it for a week. So we had to fish it out. And I'm like, oh my God, but I could smell it. Like,
it's revolting.
Yeah.
And who knows how many scenes she shot with that sponge in.
I'm telling you.
Oh God, I hope she didn't shoot anything because that thing was rancid.
I was probably only like 20 years old when this happened. Mm-hmm. But it was to the point where I couldn't go into a public restroom without pulling my pants down, where I was like, oh my God, everyone can smell my pussy. Like, it was so bad. I was like, I'm dying from the inside.
You'd be like, I can't.
But literally I was dying from the inside. Now we've turned everyone on so much.
All these different fucking...
Dude, furious masturbation has been happening for the last 45 minutes.
We have a porn star and an ex-porn star, and we could not be more turned off. This is...
Unless they have a weird fetish for that sort of thing, I'm saying.
I'm sure we have some listeners that are.
Oh, God.
Don't at me, bro, if you are. Don't.
Thanks for having me on to let me be so sexy.
That's what we're all about. We're all about having you be on.
Thank you so much for being so real.
Right? Because no one wants you to come on and just porn it up. Like, that's garbage. Our audience, us, we'd much rather have real people on, talk about real life experiences. Fuck the
real stinky vaginas.
Exactly. If they just want the fantasy, they can go get it off the internet.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. It's true. It's still there. Yeah. And you're never going to go away off the internet either, so...
No.
Yeah.
No. It's there forever.
Forever.
I got fans that approach me that are like, I've been a fan of yours since I was like fucking 12, and I'm like,
oh, that's
how old are you
awesome.
now? And they're like, oh, I'm like 25. I'm like, what the...
It's so creepy
like,
when anyone
Jesus, 'cause
under the age of 18 emails you. It's so creepy.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because I'm like, fuck. And then like people that will tell me movies that they have, and I'm like, that movie was like from back in 2006. I'm like,
Hey, but at least you have movies. I have DVDs, but no one's buying them. At least back in your day, people were buying DVDs.
Yeah, back then, people not anymore.
Right.
Has anyone rolled up to you and been like, "You were my first orgasm"?
Wait. I did have a couple approach me once with their baby, and they were like, "We named our baby Annie after you."
No, they did
because
not.
they were fucking to my porn when she got pregnant. So they said they named their daughter Annie after me, and I was like,
Wow. I bet they can't wait to tell their daughter that story.
"It's a funny story, hon. We didn't obviously name you after anyone in our family."
You know how you're not named Chrysler? Okay. So
It was just so funny. I was like, all right, okay.
that's amazing.
I'm flattered.
That
Thank
is
you.
flattering. That's
Yeah.
flattering.
It's like weird but flattering. You're
I know, everyone's like-
"Hey, hi Annie, how are you? Nice to meet you."
People are like, is it weird that I masturbate to you? I'm like, that's flattering. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it. Just don't be creepy about it.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
thing. Yeah, we had this talk on the last episode about creepy fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that you masturbate to me, or I wouldn't do this.
Yeah,
You know, like that's
But also,
hot.
there's a fine line too, and I
Fine
think we should
line.
do another PSA to those listening that like, okay, we're flattered that
Right.
you jerk off to us, but that doesn't mean
Go into detail.
approach us into a manner where you need to tell us how you did it, where you did it, why you did it, whatever, and also whatever else that might be inappropriate.
Right?
Definitely do not send a vial of semen to them.
Gross.
I mean, or do, because I'm interested. I've never gotten a vial of semen. I'm very interested.
The
to
nice young.
receive
I
one.
mean,
I just want it for like a good Snapchat story. So I'm not going to physically do anything with it other than drink it. No, I'm just kidding.
Matt's gonna edit the part where you say "just kidding." I'm kidding.
yeah, that's gone. That is so gone.
Everyone's gonna start sending you vials.
Vials
of
of
semen.
semen. That's amazing. My mailbox guys be like, what the fuck?
You got to mark it with a biohazard if you do.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's a crime, and we're not about crime.
Is it crime to send semen?
To send bodily fluids? Oh,
bodily
yeah.
fluids. You can't.
really?
Because people are always like, "Can I buy a bottle of your squirt?" And I'm like, "No."
There are girls that do send that shit.
Dude, I would put water
Yeah,
into
just
a
water.
fucking vial and send it out.
but yeah, like any other bodily fluids, like semen and stuff like that, like it's like technically illegal.
But there are some femdoms that do send out their bodily
Do
fluids
you know
to
what
dudes.
pisses me off more than anything is our government trying to tell me what I can and cannot make money off of. Like, I can't make money off my body. Go fuck yourself. That shit pisses me off.
Well, prostitution should be fully fucking legal.
Yes, absolutely. It's the oldest form.
Oh,
of
I was gonna say it was
fucking-
the oldest.
Right.
Fucking,
Well, and statistically, it is much safer when it is legal and taxed and
Yes.
regulated.
And we're all tested and safe. And
I think that if you're gonna do it, be safe about it. 'Cause
That's
there's-
exactly
you know,
what I'm
I
saying.
think what gives it a bad rap is the fact that a lot of
Dirty.
people are not careful. I hear stories from the mouths of these people.
Well,
where,
it's-
like they'll do certain things, and I'm like, why?
Right.
It's just as dirty as biblical pork. Like, prostitution got a bad rap when it could fucking kill you because you couldn't get tested, just like a fucking pig could kill you when your pork was undercooked from back in biblical times. Same fucking difference.
Right. I like that analogy. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Happy to help.
Thank you. My pork and my pussy are exactly the same. You know?
It's the other white meat.
Yeah, it's the other white meat.
I feel like that joke didn't land very well.
I liked it. I was there with you. I was.
I'm glad somebody was. Shit.
I was there.
But that's serious. Like, the puritanical bullshit about prostitution really does come from the same age of pork killing you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's crazy that it's 2017 and we're still living our lives based off shit from when half the population was illiterate.
Yeah.
There was no indoor plumbing when these rules were made.
Right.
Do you want to be held to a standard where someone who shat outside set for you?
I mean, I have shat outside, but, you know.
Yeah, but not because that was the norm. It was just a necessity,
An
I'm
exception.
assuming.
Yeah, an exception to the rule.
I mean, I shat in an alley behind the Admiral once.
Nice. Nice. My only outdoor experience was on a canoe trip. and it was horrific.
No, I left a dinner and had a way too much protein, obviously, and I was just like, nope, not making it. Shat in the alley behind a strip club.
Nice. That's impressive.
And the problem was, like, I ended up not going to the strip club because I'm like, I really don't want this girl on my lap after I just shat in an alley.
Shit. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Most men would not think like that.
True.
Yeah, that's sweet of you. You have a kind heart, you. Don't shit myself and let someone suck on my balls, you kind man. We appreciate that.
I feel like it was also some, self. Yeah, I couldn't deal with the fact that, like, I couldn't deal with a sour look like that. Like, I'd be self-conscious. I'm not a sociopath. Like,
I like it.
yeah, 'cause
I'm in your apartment right now. There's no pictures of you. I get it.
that'll change real soon.
Is it?
Yeah, because I gotta make it in this fucking business.
Okay. All right. Really dedicate a wall to yourself.
I feel like that wall. Like,
That's called a callback, ladies and gentlemen. That's a callback.
it is. It is. That wall's kind of bare. I haven't put up my movie posters. I could just put up pictures of me.
You totally
There you
could.
go.
Yeah.
Are we boring you, Andy?
No. You'll have a mascot of yourself, just like that DJ. You know.
No mascot of myself. I am not fucking me. Like, sorry, anyone I stick my penis in
I don't even
cannot
want
have a beard.
I don't even want to fuck me because I get like lazy during sex. Like halfway through, I'm like, just fuck me. That's it. See, so I wouldn't want to fuck me because I'd have to be doing it all the work all the time. I'm like a halfway giver. I'm like, I'll fuck you half the time, then you have to fuck me the rest of the time. I smoke. My lung capacity is low, you know? I'm like, I can only give you a few minutes, and then you're going to have to really pick up the pace, you know?
So I take it you're into 2-pump chumps, like guys who are just over and done
Oh,
quick.
2-pump? No, that's awful.
Well, now I have to ask you this because I just had this conversation
Yeah.
with another girl before. So when you have sex, how many orgasms? Do you have a minimum number of orgasms that you need before?
For
you,
me?
Yeah, like you come once, and then after that first orgasm, you're like, all right, I'm good.
I wish I came every time I had sex. That would be fucking sublime, but it does not happen. I come so very rarely during sex. It's not even funny.
Holy
Like
shit.
I know I've annihilated my clit through masturbation. So unless I'm doing it myself or I have full control on top, I'm probably not coming.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, or
Yeah, I kind of feel like most of the time I'm in it for them anyway, you know? So
such a giver?
I know, I really am. And I'm a giver to
See,
my
I need a
bank
minimum
account.
of 3 before the guy can finish. My one girlfriend
Really?
was saying,
You come 3 times
if
before.
sex is good, let's not. There's a reason why when I went through my trampage that
I love your boyfriend. I'm so happy for you.
he's a good
Yeah.
like he's got a big dick. People meet him and then they're like, what's this guy's deal? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, he has a big dick, and I'm not
Yeah.
even a size queen, mind you. Okay,
I'm not either. Yeah.
he knows how to use his mouth, his hands, everything.
Great.
And always makes me come.
Yeah.
And always makes me come at least 3 times before
God.
he fucking blows his load. So
That's how I know I
Yeah.
found true love right there. I got to quit settling because I'm settling for guys that are nice to me and can't do anything
no,
in bed.
I can't. Before I met him, and I was, like fucking around with all these different dudes, there was a reason why I was one and done with a lot of
Yeah.
them because they didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you suck at everything. I
Right.
can't see you again.
Right.
And I wasn't looking for a relationship. It was just kind of whatever. And this relationship kind of happened on accident. It was just
Right. That's amazing.
The first time we had sex, it was fucking mind blowing.
Was he
and then
porn people or no?
I'm sorry.
Was he a porn person? No.
Absolutely.
He's a mainstream actor.
He's a mainstream actor.
Ah,
Yeah, he's
okay.
a mainstream
Okay,
actor.
okay.
And I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
actually,
nice.
When we first hooked up, I was like, holy shit. And then I decided to see him again, and then we just started seeing each other. And then next thing I
Nice.
know, we're fucking
Worked
dating.
out. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're living together.
And next thing I know, we're living.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A year later.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
You lucked out.
I did luck out because, like I
looking for
said,
what-
I can't settle. Like
I'm looking for what you found. Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky.
for sure.
Don't steal Eddie's Kool-Aid. That's not cool.
Oh, I'm not looking for exactly what she found. I'm not going that route. I'm just looking for the ballpark of
Yeah.
what she found. Yeah.
Yeah, because my one girlfriend was saying, she was talking about how she fucked this dude, and she was like, because he was a civilian, right?
Right.
Ish, I guess. He's an entertainer, but not in that way. Not in porn.
Right.
And but he knew what she does for a living, and so when they were hooking up, he felt like he needed to like put her in every, and I've had guys like this before too, where tries to put you in every position possible, like, yo, dude,
right. It
let's
doesn't
just
have to be
normal
porn.
sex, man,
Right.
Right, I'd be kind of weirded out if I was banging a girl and she decided to open up. Like,
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
And so then she came, and like he kept fucking her, and then finally he's like, man, I could have came like, the first 3 minutes or whatever. She's like, you can. He's like, really? And she was like, yeah, you totally could have fucking came within the first 3 minutes. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, I already came once. It's fine. And then when she said that to me, I was like, wait a minute, what? And trust me, I've known this chick for years and years and years and years, and I did not know this about her. I was like, wait a minute, you don't need like a minimum or anything like that, like just one. And she's like, after, she's like, girl, once I come that first time, I'm good. Like he can fucking blow his load. He's like,
I'm kind of the same.
Yeah, and she was like, in fact, when I come, she's like, I expect him to blow his load like immediately after.
Yeah.
And she's not the only girl that I've met that does that.
I feel the same. If he can get me off, that's all I need.
Yeah.
I just need the one,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Me, if you're able to get me off, I need at least 3.
Right.
Fucking put me into a coma.
I can say I am irritated though if we're done with sex and I didn't get off, especially if I was close.
Oh, girl, if I get close, it's the worst when you get close.
Close.
Like, it's one thing, like, okay, you didn't make me come. Like, okay, you just
Yeah.
suck. But if I'm close.
Close.
Because
That's
this has happened
yeah.
on numerous occasions with other men where, like, I'm close. I'm like, okay, I'm getting close. I think I'm going to fucking come.
And then
then
come?
all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm just going to fucking blow my load. And then I'm like, awesome.
Right.
And then they'll look at me, like, expecting me to be like, oh, yeah, you totally made me fucking come.
No.
And they'll look at me and I'll look at them because I'm not going to fucking lie. And, did you come? And I'm like, if you have to ask.
Right. I was 2
The
seconds away right
answer
before you fucking blew.
Is always no.
Right.
that is honestly like the
Right.
like one of the few submissive things I do in bed is like, can I come? Like I ask.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice though.
That
See,
is
that's
nice.
actually
Well, I
good.
mean,
nice.
I do that when I'm sober. Drunk Matt, the whole other story. But
Right.
sober Matt,
Can I come now?
yeah,
Right.
no sober Matt's like, do you want me to come? Can I come?
That's sweet though. I appreciate that.
Yeah, drunk Matt's like, nah, I'm fucking coming.
That's fair. Drunk me can't come at all, so I get that.
I will say that if I'm super wasted, sometimes I can't at all either.
No, I
it's just
can't,
one of
yeah.
those things. You're in a fucking, you're in a different.
I'm dehydrated.
You're in a different.
Even though I'm enjoying
zone.
myself, for sure.
No, like you're having a good time,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just you can't focus on
Yeah.
that, and you can't really.
And I think men don't understand we have to really focus. Like, I have to focus intently.
Unless you got a magical dick.
That's
So what are you
like,
focusing on? Like, what's the focus on?
I don't even know. It's definitely not them, though. It's definitely all me. It's definitely just a focus on me and what's feeling amazing at that point. And usually I need them to either not talk, not say anything, or only say come. Like, I need you to beg for my come. That's it.
I will say this: I do have trigger words sometimes.
Yeah.
Like a guy or a girl can say certain things to me that'll make me be like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit, you're gonna make me come if
Yeah.
you keep saying that." And I'll just be like, keep
Yeah.
saying that, keep saying that, keep saying that.
I like someone to beg for me to come. That's
Yeah.
hot for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that really gets me off is when my dude tells me he's gonna fucking come. Like it doesn't matter what position we're in or whatever we're doing. If he says the words, "I'm gonna come," I'm like, "Holy shit!" Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah. I
Wait a
get
second,
that,
let's do
yeah.
this together.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wait, I'm about to do it too. Hold
Right,
on."
right. Wait it out. Wait it
And
out.
honestly, there's nothing like more pleasurable and more fucking like amazing. The feeling, anyways, is what I'm talking
Right.
about. When you do come at the same time together, especially
Oh,
because
yeah,
I love it when
agree.
he 95% of the time he cream pies me. Like
Yeah.
every single time we have sex, he fucking busts a huge fat load inside me.
Right.
The other few times, on my fucking face.
Yeah.
And
hate cum on my
but most of
face.
the time it's always inside me. So whenever we're close together, he's on top of me, whatever, and he just utters those, "I'm gonna fucking come," and I'm like, holy shit! And then I come with him. It's the most amazing feeling.
Yeah,
when
I
he's
agree.
still inside me, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
I think
like that.
I think this whole conversation made up for the whole talk about
Yeah, no, someone has definitely pulled their pud to this shit.
Sorry, I don't know how we got there. We're just like, yeah. It got really dirty really quick. I don't know how that happened.
yeah, I don't know. We're
These
just
things
talking about
happen.
like orgasms and shit. Yeah.
I don't know.
We got a bunch of dirty motherfuckers on the mics tonight. Yeah, these things happen. I hope you finished up because it's not going to be dirty for much longer.
Yeah.
Like, go get a Kleenex, press play again.
Clear that up.
Grab that wet rag or sock that you have sitting next to you.
Don't get cum on your iPod.
Yeah. or your phone or your computer screen or whatever it is that you're watching your fucking porn on.
No, listening to us on. Listening to us.
Oh, wait, they're listening. That's right. What is wrong with me? Hello, and I'm sober. Okay,
You are,
anyways.
yeah.
The sober girl doesn't know where she is.
I don't know where I am.
Right.
I mean,
She's-
I just need to drink more. I'm just kidding.
There you
She's
go.
just fantasizing about her man being inside her.
Actually, I got distracted. I'm gonna blame it on that. Yes, distractions. But
Yes.
Oh,
That's her alarm to go come.
it's time. And time has come.
In all reality, it is actually last call.
Time has come to come.
so,
Basically
do you
what it
have
is.
any? Since we're closing out and it is last call.
Yes.
Do you have any stand-up gigs that you have coming up at all?
I do.
The one for tomorrow, this won't air by, so
Okay. So on August 28th, I'm at Molly Malone's.
Okay.
Cool.
On Fairfax.
Cool.
So-
Very cool.
anything after that, because this may not air by then, actually. I gotta look at what we
Okay.
keep multiple episodes in the can.
Okay. I don't have anything booked out further than that.
But if,
Well, I do for like late.
But if anybody wants to find out, where can we find you online?
You can find me online on Twitter at Silvia Saige XXX, and it's Silvia Saige with 3 I's, SilviaSaige. And same with Instagram, it's Silvia Saige Sex, and Facebook, it's just Silvia Saige.
Right the fuck on. Slayer, where can we find you?
You can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Effin Slayer on Facebook, Matt Slayer on Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat, that's the one. Well, I've gone from just beyond just airing movies I'm watching. I have started doing smoking fetish
Oh my
clips
god.
on my Snapchat.
You're hilarious.
I smoke a cigar, like whoever's into that smoking Jew fetish.
That's funny.
Of course you have.
You guys can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on Instagram, Miss Annie Cruz on Facebook. You can find AnnieCruz.com for business, AnnieFuckingCruz.com for pleasure, and of course you can find us at And Now We Drink on Twitter, at And Now We Drink _ on Instagram, and of course AndNowWeDrink.com for more ways to listen.
Boom. And please, once again, go to iTunes, rate us 5 stars.
Give us some love.
Give us some love. It helps spread the word. We always want more drinking buddies. Until the next time, y'all.
Fuck off. Or get off? I don't know. I feel like people already got it. Anyways, all right. Bye, guys.
Clean up your nuts.